Good evening, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another episode of Hightop Sports. I'm your host this evening, Shelton Walker. It's National Signing Day, and for Gator fans, I think we were, hoping for a bigger splash today. I think we were. We're going to talk about all of it. We're going to break it all down. Hey, great news is, look, I think we've got caught up in what the expectations should have been and what we wanted to have happen, that we got away from what actually has happened today. And we have signed a very healthy class. Everybody thus far that I think that we were concerned about, I know there was some noise about Andy Jean possibly flipping to FSU. He is signed. He is locked in. There was some news about, who was it? I'm drawing a blank here. Drawing an absolute blank. I know Andy Jean was the big one, possibly flipping. Isaiah Nixon did flip to UCF, as well as Tyree Patterson. But again, Tyree Patterson, we expected that to happen. From what I heard, from what I'm hearing, Isaiah Nixon was more of a mutual decision. So we'll see. And it looks like Graham Mertz will be sliding through. Former Wisconsin quarterback was in the portal. It looks like it's all but for certain that he is now going to become a Gator. You guys have been all over Twitter about that, discussing that, letting your feelings known. We'll see. Katie Turner tweeted, we have a big commit coming. Yes, I have heard noise that we could possibly have a big one coming. I know spoke with Treyon Webb 2 nights ago, I believe, in a Twitter space, and he said that, yeah, look, there is some guys, there is one big one coming that we weren't expected. Babyface Hall, he tweeted today that could be a big name coming. I know Ricks is still very 50-50. So we'll see. Look, I know LSU is still a strong, heavy lean. But I don't know. Maybe Billy can reach in the bag because, look, Russaw and Smith, they have to commit today. Maybe we can, knock on their front door. Cedric Baxter has yet to sign with Texas. That's the one that's not solidified yet. Let's go through who has been solidified, though, just far, who has signed. Arch Manning, obviously, he signed. The biggest news today thus far is Cormani McLean has not signed with Miami. He came out today and said that he would not be signing. This has been just a mess since the beginning with Cormani. This guy has trolled anybody and everybody. And look, I mean, when you're that high up and you have the ability to keep your name in the news as much as possible, and it feels like everybody wants a piece of you. I mean, the guy can rack up whatever he wants to do. You know what I mean? So you've got Bama in the mix. They're always scary. It feels like. Here's how I'm at. Here's my thought process on the Cormani McLean situation, okay? There's 4 schools in discussion right now. Miami obviously still involved. Bama is the secret, kind of like who started the noise. Florida is still, in some sense, they're still involved. I know they're still talking to him at some links. I'm sure they're upset about how he handled the situation with Miami. That's a factor. And then now we've got Coach Prime in Colorado, who's also knocking down the door, says he ain't hard to find. So out of those 4, what does this do for each class? If he signs for Miami, Miami can, take a deep breath and solidify a bona fide class. If Bama gets them, they're coming, okay? We keep thinking that Deion's coming. No, Bama's coming. That class is going to be disgusting. I talked about it in a separate video where I thought they could have the highest recruiting class of all time. Cormani was a big piece to that on making that happen. They are going to be damn close if that happens. That's going to be scary. I think the one caveat is like if Bama does it, it's like, what's Bama, right? Like we anticipated it. If Billy does it, right? If Billy is able to flip old Cormani and get it done today at a time where Gator football and Gator Nation has just been at its wits' ends and at each other's throats, okay, would be a massive pull. I think all would be forgiven for the time being, and there would be rejoice in Gator Nation and feel like, okay, we're back on track, because it feels over the last week and a half, nothing really negative has happened. Well, yes, there has. Just kidding. But things have not gone our way. Okay, and it feels like it's gotten from bad to worse. Every time I feel like I say, hey, we've hit the bottom, Billy goes, hold my beer. It goes a little bit lower. So that would be massive. If Deion pulls this off, that's just going to shake up the whole college atmosphere, okay? Because you come in and you rip them out of Miami's grasp, you rip them out of Bama's grasp, and you make a splash again in back-to-back years of landing your basically top recruits in the country. It would be huge. It would be just monumental to do that again. So honestly, anywhere but Miami at this point is kind of how I'm looking at it from a fan perspective. I'm over Miami, and I would just love to see Miami take one to the chin for just a quick second. You know what I mean? Super chat from the man, Chris Sorley Piss Missiles, hey? Says, hold up. Let's talk Mertz real quick, Shelton. What do you want to talk about? Like our thoughts on it, where we're at with it. Look, I mean, we got to do something, right? I'm frustrated as hell. I got to be honest with you, man. Like I have been very pro Billy and very positive this entire time. But it's hard for me to stay positive when I feel like we haven't been doing anything. I mean, I'm looking at the transfer portal here, and we've talked about it with Steve on the show, and he was an advocate about how FSU does a great job in the transfer portal. And guess what? They're doing it again, boys and girls. They are doing it again. They are ranked 4th right now. They just dropped to 5th actually today, but Michigan's 1st. Now, keep in mind you, how many people that left, that kind of factors the score. So Michigan have 5 leave. They have 7 coming back in. Arizona State lost 15, has already brought 11 people back. What are we doing? They've already brought 11 new people in. UCLA has brought 6 in. Probably going to get DJ Ugalala or whatever. That's going to be massive for them. Again, just to have somebody like that. Michigan State has brought 11 in. Florida State's brought 7. UCF has brought 9. TCU has brought 4. USC is doing what USC has always done in the portal, has brought 6. And again, I think where we've talked about this time and time again, and that's where I think, look, getting Graham Mertz is important because we need that depth. We lost a lot of it, okay? When we got Jack Miller last year, thought that was important. I don't think we can end with that. That's my thought on that. I think we can't just see like that's going to be the guy. Hopefully we can do some more. I haven't heard anything more. Graham McCall, it seems like, or not Graham McCall. McCall seems to be a grades issue from what I'm seeing. That he just, and from the people that I spoke to, doesn't seem like he's going to fit because of his grades. I mean, you can't get mad at Billy on that one. That is what it is. Shaquem Jackson, good. Feel good about that. So, look, it's just, I don't know, right? I think if it ends with that, I'll be frustrated. A. Mazzell just signed. Good to see that. So that's where I'm kind of mad. I'm like, if it's just going to be a piece where we're trying to build up a little bit, cool. But we've got to do more. You got Devin Leary, Grayson McCall still out there. Those are quarterbacks. I think Leary, though. Hudson Card's still out there. I mean, Hudson Card would be a good one that I feel like Florida could go after. I don't know. I feel like, again, this is where we've been talking about too. Like, right, is the portal going to be more important as the years go on? Because you're buying into somebody who's a little bit more proven, has at least played against collegiate talent, versus a 5-star stud who's coming in who may not, evolve to anything at all. So it's all new and everyone's trying to figure it out. And I think here's how I'm feeling on the Billy situation. And I talked about this the other day too. It feels to me, Larry went to UK. I'm watching 247 to see if anything big happens. It had him as not, locked in on anybody yet. I feel like Billy doesn't know which way to go because you have 2 options here. You either go all in on the portal, it feels like, which it feels like FSU and USC, that's what they're heading towards. Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss, they've been doing that, right? And then the other option is you save up all year for Christmas and you spend all your money on recruiting, right? You don't know which one's going to be the best option for the years to come until we see it kind of fall, lay itself out over the next few years. Billy, in my opinion, feels like he's kind of just floating in the middle, doesn't really want to commit to either side because it's like the lesser of 2 evils, right? So is that the right way? Again, we don't know, but the problem is with us as fans, it's not exciting. And I've been preaching this since the beginning. He's not an exciting personality. Even when he comes out and chit-chats and has his post-press game conferences, it's very dry. And look, that's when you get what you see, right? So everyone keeps saying Hartman. He's not even in the portal. I think that was a pipe dream. I think that was an absolute pipe dream. So we'll see. I think it's going to be Rashada's show next year. I really do. I mean, look, we'll see how the Orange and Blue game goes, but I think it's the Rashada show, which I don't hate. I really don't hate. I think we want to be good next year, and I think we're going to have to take a step back and understand, like, look, we're still going to be building, but Eugene Wilson, that's a big one we need to go ahead and plug in there. Definitely get dialed in there. So, we'll see. We will see. If you guys are brand new here, make sure you guys like, subscribe. Let's see if we can get over 100 likes today. We've got over 187 in the channel. So I appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. It's going to be a fun day. I'm hoping we've got some big commits. Let me go through the list here that I'm excited to see, okay? These are the ones that I'm kind of tuning in for, that I'm ready to rock and roll this morning. Everything was more so expected. We got 12 p.m. Both Russo and James Smith, they're signing. Again, that's in about 12 minutes here. They're looking like they're going to be going to their crystal ball right now to looks like they're tuning into Bama. But look, you never know until the paper's signed. At 1 p.m., you get 4-star cornerback Amari Snowden. I think this is again, Colorado is in that one. That was kind of why I wanted to watch it. I feel like this is going to be a big splash for Dion to see how he handles that. 5-star edge, Mateo. Right now, he has no crystal ball anywhere. It's between, again, nothing for us, but I just kind of want to see where he goes. I think it's fun for college football. 4-star, Micah Tees. Right now, he's crystal ball at Texas A&M. And then we got a few more 4-stars. Nothing else for Florida. Desmond Ricks. I don't know what time. If you guys can let me know what time Desmond Ricks. Russo's committed at 1. Did it move to 1? Because it was at 12. Maybe that's 12 Central Time. That could be what it is. So CRU says, to be sustainable, you need to recruit at the highest level and fill in the rosters in the portal, only if we're serious of closing the gap with UGA and Bama. And that's how I feel, right? I feel like you have to be all in on all of it right now, because you're coming in trying to take it over. So right now, as according to 247, Florida State ranks second. So it's Michigan, Florida State, USC. Florida State and USC ran the portal last year, and look how they did with that. And that's the point. Is yes, I think you need to have a healthy recruiting class, which I feel this class is healthy. I think we could have used 2 or 3 more pieces, but we needed to counter that with a phenomenal portal class, which I don't know. That's where I'm confused on. Like, why haven't we? And it's like, hey, we have time. I know we have time, but guys are going off the board, so we're running out of time. You know what I mean? Like, that's where I'm starting to get mad. Oh, Rick's is tomorrow? Oh, well, damn, that sucks. Jordan Maybe Hall's at 2:30. Okay, Andy Jean sign. Mario Cristobal. Nice. I'm more likely Rick's is going to LSU. I know that's probably a shoe-in on that. That sucks to get away from him tomorrow. I was hoping that was happening today. So, look, we could have a special live if he were to make it happen. That would be good. So, I don't know, guys. It's very frustrating right now as a Gator fan to see kind of how these things are happening. I mean, look, we're losing guys to UCF. And again, Isaiah Nixon, that felt like, from what I've heard, it was more of a mutual, like, hey, like, this isn't going to work out type of relationship. Terry Patterson, that one wasn't as big. The John Walker L on that was kind of brutal. I think we all were hoping to flip him. Losing Platt to Texas A&M, that one stung yesterday. I don't know if On3 is just trolling Florida fan base constantly, because I feel like every time they go, yeah, like, this guy's leaning heavily towards Florida, it doesn't ever plan out that way. We end up sitting there with our dick in our hand, and here we go. Yeah, look, guys, what's our feeling right now? How are we feeling about old Billy Ballsack? Where's our thoughts? I mean, look, over the last few days here, it's been rough. Now, to be fair, he closed some good guys in the late closing window last year. Don't think that's going to happen again this year, but trying to stay optimistic here. Look, I still believe in the process. I think you have to be bought in. Caleb Downs, huge, big pool there for Alabama. Goodness gracious. Let's see here. Dante Moore just flipped. That was a big flip from Oregon to UCLA, but Oregon got their guy. They had a backup. It looked like they were ready to rock and roll. Deuce Robinson, looks like he's being 100% to USC. Thought he was going to be going to Florida as well. Let's see. I don't know. I know there's been a lot of talks on the NIL, the collective. That's obviously been a lot of noise going on. So Jordan Hall's tomorrow too? My goodness. I'm all discombobulated today. Let me know what you guys think. I mean, I'm sure you guys are all aware about the Eddie situation and the collective and kind of how that went down with, him kind of going off into spaces. That was brutal. Look, my thoughts on that is like, Eddie's his own person. He can go and kind of, he's a grown man. He can say what he wants and do what he wants. And I think a lot of people are frustrated because He's representing the collective. And so when you represent the collective and, you're kind of in that space handling that situation like that, it's not a good look. Now, here's my caveat to that, because if we were kicking ass, taking names, and we're landing these big boys, and Eddie's in there kind of, feeling himself, talking a little with smack, we would appreciate it a little bit more. We wouldn't be as, salty about it. But because of the situation at hand, it's just not a good look. It sucks. It's frustrating. To me personally, I don't really care too much about it, to be fair, because how I look at it is like, look, you're a CEO of your own business. How you choose to handle it, that's how you choose to handle it. The guy's always in spaces, popping off, going at it. He's the same guy. He's consistent with it. So that's kind of who he is and how he handles his business. But again, you have to keep in mind when you run a business, if most people aren't, you got to find a neutral place. I don't think he's in the right business to be able to do things like that. Again, if you're like a face of it, not necessarily the CEO, maybe you can get away with those kind of things, because I tried to think about it yesterday. Like, who are some CEOs that kind of are off the wall, right? Like a Portnoy for Barstool, in my opinion, kind of does what he wants. Now, he's not CEO anymore, but he is the face of Barstool, right? And he's allowed to do and say whatever he wants because that's the brand that he's built. That's the brand that Barstool has built. Obviously, the collective isn't trying to build that style of brand. They're trying to raise money and continue to, solidify the NIL and what they're trying to do for this class. But it just seems like right now, and from what I'm seeing in the messages boards and what we're talking about in the Discords, is that it's very messy currently on who wants to do what. It seems like there's a lot of chefs in the kitchen, I guess you could say, and everyone has their opinion on what should be happening and who should be doing what and where the money should be being spent, and now it's just nothing's happening because everyone feels like they have the right answers, right? So what's got to happen is somebody with a bigger D's got to come in and say, yo, I'm rocking in. I'm taking over. Let's rock and roll. Yeah, look, that's the thing, Bashay. I think most fans are going to kind of agree with Eddie and his like, hey, he's frustrated. He's pissed off. You know what I mean? I think just like all of us, Eddie's a fan. And I think there's 50-50 on this, and that's what's always funny in these situations. You got some fans that appreciate his passion, appreciate his spiciness, and other people are like, look, that's not how a CEO should act. And I see both sides. Like, it's a dumb comment, right? Because it's like, oh, like you're just taking both, like you're just taking the middle ground here. But it's like, no, like I get it because I put myself in that same situation, right? Like with this channel, I have to make decisions on what I feel is the right way, but I have my own personality and what I like to do. Part of why I kind of just I like doing this because I can be myself. I don't have to answer to anybody to a certain extent, but you guys also get frustrated with some of the things that I post. So, look, it's a tough spot to be in. It's a tough spot to be in for him. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's a great point, Crew. Eddie was in a space yelling about Miami overpaying for recruits. Ruiz is the same thing, but he represents his own money. Eddie's representing all of our fans' money. And that's the problem. That's the biggest problem is that because you represent a company that needs people to function, you can't piss off half the base. You just can't. Ruiz can do whatever he wants, like he just said, because it's his own money. You can be pissed off at me all you want. I don't care. I still have the money. The collective thrives off of the people. And if you piss off half of them, regardless if the other half are all in and love it, you can't be that. You got to be like a president. You got to be able to woo everybody and in a sense be a politician. You can't, you know what I mean? So that's where the difference is. And that's a great point. That's a great point. Yeah, it was on Twitter. It kind of went a little viral. People, I mean, bro, Miami's taking full advantage of it. Sean, you ready to be like us and be sad and look stupid at 12? I mean, I'm never going to be sad. I'm stupid before and after 12. So, yeah, people are not happy about Graham Mertz. I see you guys in here. Having Mertz will hurt. Nice. I mean, guys, we could at least be a little bit more like he's here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we got to show a little bit of love. Here we go. We got the number one edge, Joshua Mickens, who's about to make his commitment. Number one player in Indiana. Don't think we have any pull on that. But Garrett Boy, I think everyone is overreacting a little bit. I think that's part of it too. I think, again, it's because of the expectation. Hey, guys, look at 200 likes. Show some love, baby. The problem is we all expected it to be something, and we created this world in our mind, in our head, that it was going to be this. And look, I'll take responsibility of that, right? Like, we talk about it, we get hyped up, we get excited, and we all want a certain thing, and we go underneath the Christmas tree, and we don't get what we want. It's like, we're going to be frustrated, and then it feels worse, and then on top of that, you get some more bad news. It just feels like all of it just kind of keeps rolling through, you know? So that's why it feels worse, Garrett. I think that's why people are more upset than anything, is because, again, the expectation was so great. And when you have your own imagination, you think, look, like I said, I would come on here and I would count up what we're going to be at. What are we going to hit? What are we going to do? Right? And sometimes it doesn't work. So that's where the frustration comes from, in my opinion. All righty, let me see here. Yeah, look, I plan to react to Rusal, and I mean, God, if we could get Rusal, if somehow some magical way, that would be nice. That would be nice if we could pull something here. Who's back in the portal? Poppy. Bro, it feels like 247 on 3, and the whole just recruiting community has been trolling us. Look, I think the problem with Miller is everyone's like, we saw what happened at the bowl game, and nobody's just bought in on Miller right now. I don't know how true this is. I did see where the staff was off for the last few days, which I believe they were off around this time last year. So that's kind of frustrating to me. I feel like this should have been the time to lock it in, but. Hat science expert. Oh, we can't see the hats for a 4-star. Joshua Mickens, ranked overall number 136. Let's see where they got him crystal ball. These crystal balls, man, are just getting out of hand. Jaden Rashad has not signed yet, by the way. DeJohn Johnson, I don't see a check by his name, but I believe you guys said he signed, correct? Joshua Mickens about to sign here. He's got two Bears football, his high school hats on on the table. This is awesome. We'll see where he lands. Jakeem Jackson, that's a big pull. Glad we already get him. I know there was a little bit of noise about losing him. Roger Kearney signed. That's good to see. Matt landing a 5-star would sting a little bit, boys. I will say that. $2 there from GA Gator. Where do you think Cormani lands? To be honest, man, I don't know anymore. I really don't. We talked about that kind of the beginning of the show, where I think he makes the biggest impact. I think Bama's going to make definitely a big run. Look, anytime. If I'm Miami, I'm scared. I don't think he goes to Miami. I really don't. I think with the door opening back up, I think that's never a good look for the team that you're going to go sign for. That's my opinion. I think Florida has a better opportunity now than Miami. And that's me kind of just obviously trolling a little bit. But the reason I say that is because, look, like anytime you're about to sign and you're like, you know what, I'm gonna hold off on it. You're not bought in on those guys, meaning you're willing to flip pretty easily. So I think Bama's going to make a run. There was noise already happening before this happened that he was going to flip to Bama. And now Deion's put his hat into the mix. So I don't think he goes to Miami. I really don't. I mean, personally, I hope he doesn't. But logically, I don't think he goes because, there was noise that he was going to be flipping early on when Rashada flipped. And again, other guys talked about it as well, too. And it never went through. And so the way he's been trolling everybody, I don't see it. I could see that he probably took a bag from them. Probably took a bag from Miami, to be honest with you. What's up, Marshall? We got four-star edge Joshua Mixon. He's about to commit here. Jacob Spencer, that's a great point, man. These ratings aren't everything. Trust Billy's eyes for talent. And look, that's what I'm saying. Some of this stuff, we're gonna have to wait a year. $10 for the man Carlos Sainez. I apologize, I said your name wrong. Says the mother Cormani just said he's not signing with Miami today. Yep, 100%.
Zach.
And then Phoenix Riser, $10. Screw that. We as fans get more realistic with the situation we are in. 2 failed coaches who failed to properly recruit us left us in a hole, so now we have to claw our way out of it. And look, that's a solid point, Phoenix. I think that's where we as fans have to have our expectations checked of like, look, it's been a slow decline. We've had, how many coaches in the last 6-7 years? I mean, you can't keep doing that and having this carousel of coaches and expect us to be at the same level as Bama and Georgia after year 1. That's just, it's not realistic. And I get it. You're like, well, why is Miami doing? Look, some guys are in different scenarios, different boats. Here we go. And he's going to Ohio State, it looks like. Okay. All right, that's fun. Let's see. Have we signed anybody this morning, Jeremy? We signed everybody that we anticipated signing, Jeremy, if that answers your question without answering it. Montreal, I've been waiting on you to go live, bro. Well, I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Look, there were some big ones coming on. I thought it coming on at 12, but apparently it's at 1. So I wanted to see how the morning went through before I went live. Kind of get the day started. Rifles, Scope Buffs. It looks like we got a little Colorado fan in here. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you guys subscribe. We suck in the portal. Right now, it feels like we do. Feels like we do. Very frustrated. Let's see if we get to 100 likes, boys and girls. I appreciate you stopping by. No one wants Mertz. Stop it, guys. These 5 stars mean everything. Who's competing without a top 5 class? TCU, Michigan, and Ohio State. I don't think either of those guys had a top 5 class last year, to be fair. And they're all in the playoffs, if I'm not mistaken. Let me see. Top 5 last year. Ohio State was number 4, so I take back what I said there. But Michigan was 12, and TCU was 28th last year. Now, obviously, that wouldn't go. So let's go to 2020 because I feel like that class is probably more. So Ohio State was 5, of course. Michigan was 10, so there's a top 10 class. We were 9 that year, and TCU was 23. So, damn, Auburn was 7. Talk about falling off a map. LSU was 4 in 2020. Yeah, I feel like we're having a repeat of 2021. We finished 12th with 1 5-star, and we finished, and the 5-star was Jason Marshall, cornerback. And half this class isn't even there anymore. Think about this, guys. Our 2021 class, Tyreek Sapp, he's still there. Corey Collar, Del Rio, he's gone. Marcus Burke, Donald McMillan, he's gone. DeJuan Black, gone. Dejon Reynolds, gone. Justin Boone, he's there. Chief Borders, gone. Desmond Watson, Big D. Nick Helsinki, gone. And then it kind of just goes from Kitna, gone. Kitna was a 3-star quarterback too, guys. Man, this class feels way healthier than this class, just from how I feel. What about Nebraska, boys and girls, this year? I mean, Mark is just coming in there, Matt, whatever his name is, I keep messing it up. Coming in there just absolutely on a little bit of a tear. I feel like he stole every damn Gator player there is. I think he landed 3 of our guys. Guy is moving right now. Making some noise. Oh, wow. Look at this. Malachi Coleman has signed with Nebraska after he was crystal balled to Colorado. Big loss there for Coach Prime. Thought for sure that was going to be a shoo-in. It looks like their whole class is signed. Wow, Nebraska's getting it done early, signing everybody. Well done. Well done on Nebraska there. Okay. I thought Malachi was going to be a Colorado signee for sure. So, looks like Colorado's class is all signed for the most part as well. But yeah, let me go to Nebraska really quick to see. I mean, it's just fun to see them kind of come out of nowhere, I feel like, and steal of our Gator players. We saw this with Utah. We see the portal real quick. So they have Chief Borders, who was a 4-star linebacker coming out of high school, Corey Collar. So, again, another Gator. I couldn't remember if he left or not. And then Marco Ortiz. All three are at Florida now. So it's going to, look, we're going to find ourselves in one of those situations where we're going to be super pissed if these guys start popping off, right? We'll see. But we'll see. We will see. All right. Yeah, Rashada is a 5-star. That is true. I did forget that Rashada was moved to a 5-star. Good point, guys. My bad. That's my bad. Lord, please save college football. Yeah, I know that he moved up to a 5-star, but for some reason they don't have him like ranked as a 5-star yet, so it's not being registered for Florida as him a 5-star. I don't know why. I'll double check again, but I'm pretty sure like if I go to Florida right now and I look at it, yet it's not. They don't have him as a 5-star yet, which doesn't make any sense to me. It still has him locked in as a 4-star. So, man, boys, I mean, for the time we were 7th at one point, we have just kind of trickled our way, found our way all the way back down to the bottom. Oklahoma's making a pull here, top 8 class, kind of coming out of nowhere. Texas A&M having a little bit of a quiet year. South Carolina's making a tear at us. And here's the thing, guys, like 11, top 10, top 11, obviously we're not happy with that, but here's what my frustration is. We're behind Tennessee, LSU, Georgia, and Alabama right now, right? So we're 5th in the SEC, barely staying above Texas A&M and South Carolina. You know what I mean? We're only a few spots ahead of those guys. Now, we got a pretty big gap in point-wise, but we also have 3 more commits. So we'll see how that kind of plays out. Send me to 100 likes, boys and girls. I appreciate it. Oh, Peyton Bowen. That was a big pull. Where did he go? Did he commit? Oh, to Oregon. Wow, the number 13 player in the country was committed to Notre Dame. He's a second 5-star to commit to Oregon. And I keep talking about Oregon of like how Oregon doesn't do more. I feel like they should honestly recruit a lot better than they do. That's my opinion. I mean, they do recruit well, but I feel like they should be more competitive than they have been in the years past. Yeah, UCF making moves. Let's see where they rank currently. I mean, look, they don't have to rank, crazy high either, right? UCF's 52nd right now. But for their, they rank first in their conference, which again, I mean, that's where you're playing. That's where it matters. You know what I mean? And again, we're 5th right now in our conference. Let's see ACC who's doing well. We got Miami, Clemson, then FSU. So FSU is existing. They're right behind Miami and Clemson in the ACC, but where they're dominating is the portal. They're making up for it in the portal by a landslide. Texas is running away with the Pac-12, and Ohio State and Penn State crushing Michigan, but Michigan's crushing it in the portal. And Michigan's back-to-back Big Ten champions. So I'm saying, man, the portal's starting to have a little more juice than I think. Yeah, McCall's credits won't transfer. Fire Strickland. I see you guys getting frustrated. You have Shorty's expression of frustrations. Look, I think we're on both sides. We got 2 different sides here. And, like, part of me wants to get pissed off and frustrated, but I also know people like to come on here and hear kind of like, hey, the positivity, where we at, where we headed. Look, over the last few days, it has been very frustrating. Really has. Like, I have been pro Billy this entire time, but it just the lack, like you have this entire coaching staff, and I bragged about it. You hire all these people, you should be doing all this work. What are we missing? Why aren't we attacking the portal? I need answers. I think that's the biggest thing too, like with the collective and the NIL situation, we as the fans feel left out. And you can't say, well, it's not your job, you're not part of it. Well, no, when you're asking us for money and you want us to be invested and you want us to be involved, we are now a part of this. So we need answers. This non-transparency bullshit has got to stop. I need to know what the fuck is going on. You know what I'm saying? I need you to communicate. And I think that's where the frustration comes in. And look, I think this is where I credit Dion to, of where he's at least showing it. There's videos of them when they sign guys, they're getting excited. Where's that from us? Where's that love? And you're like, well, And I get it. I get what you guys keep saying where the hate is coming because I'm getting flack in the Discord from guys saying like I love Prime and all this stuff. No, but it's not. It's more so because I'm able to see what's going on. I'm able to see what he's doing. I'm able to follow along, so I feel more connected. Yeah, I do. When I don't have a championship or I don't have a winning record to feel comfortable with, I got to see more. So, Billy, hire a camera guy. Hire someone to follow you around. Have some words for the people. We need to hear from you, man. I feel like you've gone way too cold and quiet, and that's where I think that's where the frustration. That's my opinion. I don't know what you guys think on this, but I think in the world that we live in, when you're asking, especially when you're asking the fans for money, and you want us to be involved and you want us to be invested, then you're going to have to give us a little bit more. Okay? You can't just tell us to shut up and just say, let us do our job and us show up on Saturdays and buy season tickets for an entire year and be okay with that. That's the world, the world's evolving. It's changing. People are way too invested. You got way too many people that are insiders. With all the inside information that's going on, it's getting passed around. Why not just be on top of it? Why not be ahead of it? If I'm Billy and the boys and I'm Billy and the team and company, cut the noise out. Show everything. What's there to keep a secret of? Because guess what? You've lost every secretive battle we've had. At this point now, what are you doing? You know? Yeah, Gator, he puts the sunglasses. I mean, that's not even him. He's not even running the account. And the other thing, too, I see as well, and again, I'm not saying this is Billy, but this is who's managing Billy's account. I see a lot of guys are getting blocked by Billy. Because, hey, if we're frustrated and we vented or we talk smack. Now, if you're threatening Coach Billy's Twitter account, I see that. But if you just say, hey, Coach Billy, like, we're frustrated, this sucks, whatever, I don't think you should block him. I get a lot of negative comments. I get a lot of bullshit on my stuff. I think, look, that comes with a purpose. You can't block it. You got to allow it to happen. You can't just shut everybody out, right, when they get frustrated. So I spoke with Jen from the collective. She said she would come on either Thursday or Friday. It's again because I had the conversation with her. I think the biggest frustration with us as fans is the transparency. And I told her, I was like, look, every time we go talk to Eddie on his Twitter space, he sells us this dream of like, yeah, it's going to be great. We're getting all this money. I want you to be pissed. I want you to be that. And I kept asking like, well, Billy, like, or Eddie, the problem is like, we've been throwing money at you guys and we don't know how much money you have. If you don't have enough and we don't have a lot, then just tell us where we're at. Tell us like, hey, like, okay, so the collective is collecting money, which is from a fan base and it's great. And a long term, it's going to be great. But we also need a lot of money from the big guys, from the boosters. And the boosters aren't buying in. Okay, well, look, we maybe can't help with the boosters, but how do we clinch the boosters' pockets? Like, why aren't they buying in? Right? Should they even be boosters? Like, what's their frustration? And again, I know we can't make that decision, and I understand on that, but the problem is you're asking us to be bought in. You're asking us to be committed, but now we're just putting our money blindlessly into a pot, hoping we win the lottery, and when we lose time and time again, eventually we're gonna be like, all right, I'm going to go buy a different lottery ticket. You know what I'm saying? Guys, 4 away from 100 likes. Let's get there, boys and girls. 300, almost 400 people in the chat. Show some love. Let's get there, boys. Brian Green Jr. just committed. Where did he commit to? I don't even see. All right, let me go to Twitter real quick here. Let's see what's going on. Graham Mertz is transferring to Florida. Now I think it's becoming more and more adamant that we're getting that guy. Aiden Mazzell. Maybe I'll hit him up. Let me hit him up. I'm gonna message Mazzell right now. Say, hey man, wanna come on, talk about committing? What do you guys think? See if old dog. Do you think I see let me see, hold on. All right, shot Aiden Mazzell message, see if he's down to come on and talk about just becoming a Gator and what he's excited about for next year. Look, I mean, I even talked about with Trayon too in the Twitter space. He got no stars. He does not have stars. Trayon, I said, look, what's your thoughts on everything? You know, like, how do you feel about the noise and all that? And he kind of like, he had a great answer. Like, look, I had to ignore some of it. It is what it is. It's part of it. It's part of the troll. It comes with the territory. So the kids are all bought in, thankfully. But we'll see. I'll see if I can get Aiden on here. Man, shit, maybe he comes on now. Who knows? Maybe he's not doing anything. Have him come on. We'll see if he writes anything back. I'd like to get Najee too. Probably get Najee on here, see how he's doing. I'm gonna message Najee as well. Bro, Cormani is taking full advantage of this and just raking it in, bro. Like, let's be honest. Oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. So TK, so why are we still crying about NIL? Look, I mean, that is a big factor to the lack of success that we have had lately in the portal. Yes, you're right. The NIL does go towards all sports. And again, I think the biggest thing is that most, and here's the thing. Yes, all Florida Gator sports are important. And I agree, and I support all of them as well. You got to understand, though, the money goes to football. That's a fact. I'm not trying to discredit the other sports or talk negatively or take away from those other athletes because those are athletes. And we have some studs. We are phenomenal at other sports. We won track and field last year, okay? Nasty. Gymnastics, nasty, okay? However, the majority of the fan base is football. The money comes from football. That's just a fact, okay? So that's where we want to see the return. That is what it is. As a fan, that's where you want to see it. That's coming from that's coming from a fan's perspective. You got to understand that. So I hear what you're saying, but we need it coming in coming into the football. All right, boys and girls. Over 100 likes. I appreciate it. Almost 400 people in the chat. Again, welcome to the stream. It is National Signing Day. We've got, obviously, in about 30 minutes or so, just over 30 minutes, Russaw and Smith will be committing, which those will be some big news coming in from us. Oh, gosh. Big Game Boomer says, Florida's losing to commit to UCF is just another sign the Gators are on the decline. And again, Twitter doesn't help because everyone's going to love when Florida's down. How do they take advantage of it? They're going to take any type of news and trying to elevate it. Look, it's talking season again. So what sucks about talking season is you can't run somebody over. You know what I mean? It's just people can create noise and create these narratives, and some of them kind of catch traction and run away with it. And if you're on the wrong side of it, it could be frustrating. Looks like number 2, JUCO offensive lineman Isaiah Jada signed with Colorado. That seemed like that was going to be a shoe. I'm kind of surprised on Malachi. I will sign at 11 a.m. Hawaii Standard Time. I appreciate everyone patient. I will go live on my IG if you want to witness my signing. He's obviously going to Miami. Maybe Florida can pull one off there. Here we go. Florida versus FSU was a real battle for Andy Jean. That was anything but a sure thing for the Gators. That required some real work. Fans may not want to hand Napier too much credit for this since he was already a Florida commit, but it was a tough hold of serve for Florida staff. Look, I mean, and these are the things that we don't recognize either, right? We don't see those things. Looks like 4-star Keldrick Falk has flipped his commitment from Florida State to Auburn. That's a win in my opinion. Don't have to deal with Steve today. So I will take that as a W. Good to see that. Love that we got Big Kearney too, Big Rod. That's good to see as well. TJ Searcy signed with us. Will Norman. I was excited for Will Norman. The graphic for Isaiah Nixon with the spaceship is kind of hard. I'm not going to lie. Not going to lie. So it looks like all the big ones are coming up here shortly that are going to be signing. So we'll see how that goes through. right. Again, 30 minutes. We're going to have some of the big dogs sign. We got some 5 stars coming through here. We will see. Let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. Thanks for the likes, boys. I appreciate it. And the super chats, as always. Football controls the sports department. Yeah, that's my thing. Coach Prime going straight into the dirt. Okay, I want to talk about this really quick. So I was talking to my buddy, and I kind of want to have him on. Thanks for the new subscriber as well. The family is growing like crazy. I'm hoping we can hit 7,500 today. We need about 70 more subs. It's a lot of work, I know, but I'm trying really hard to get to 10,000 by the end of the year. I know it's a big stretch, but we are grinding here, boys and girls, and the love and support has been tremendous lately, and I'm trying to give everything I got for the fam, so we'll see. If you guys want to know what I'm drinking, probably don't care, but I've got Mio Energy in one to keep me going here because we're going to be shooting for a while, and then some water in the other one to keep me hydrated. See, I'm committed to the game, boys, okay? Ryan Bork, I'm jealous that you have a job that lets you go live during a weekday. Look, it's a great company. My boss is a dickhead. He's an absolute miserable prick. But it's a great company, and I'm very appreciative of them to allow me to do things that I love. Very, very much so. Andrew, Andrew comes in here always ragging on me. But we're boys, babe. Like we got sons together. Like, come on, man, quit ragging on me. I guarantee that we have records on where all the money goes. And look, I'm not disagreeing with you, TK. I think, again, the problem is that when we start throwing money and we're not getting what we expect, it's human nature. That's all, man. That's all. Q is commuting it. Q, Rusal, and James commit in 30 minutes. I'm kind of trying to keep up your comments, guys. I'm sorry if I'm missing anything. But what I was going to say about Shelton doesn't need to be on here. You want me to leave, Dominic? Sean gets fired midstream. Oh, man. TK, I'm not mad. Just trying to get principle matter out there. A lot of opinions get thrown around, and people like to be followers. So I want to make sure people know NIL supports all athletes. No, I agree. What you're saying is correct, TK. I'm not disagreeing with you. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Unfortunately, the majority of the fan base only cares about one segment. And that's what I'm trying to say is that, that's where the frustration is coming from. So real quick about Coach Prime, I was talking about my buddy about it. And look, he made a good point. He goes, and a lot of you guys are saying this, that Coach Prime is only about Coach Prime and who he is. And he has a great claim here. He said, love you too, Andrew. He goes, what's going to happen? And look, he had a good point. He's like, in a year or so, when his son leaves and all of his Jackson State guys leave, he's going to pull the Urban card. Because, he has that, leg disease or whatever. And he's going to I'm sick. I got to go. God's telling me it's time for me to go. And I was like, look, it's not crazy for him to say that because look how he's been kind of managing it this certain way so far. If things don't go the way that he thinks they should go and he starts losing, how is he going to handle it? I don't know. Look, I know you guys are giving me flack about it. It's fun to watch. It's fresh. It's new. It's exciting for college football. It's different from the Sabans. We've got Billy Ballsack, who I love dearly. I wish he would have a little more pizzazz, right? If he had more pizzazz, it would be more to cover. But he's just very, very dry at times. So it's hard to get behind it. Callie Burby says, I'm late. We talk about Cormani, yet we have done nothing but talk about Cormani. I'll talk about Cormani in a little bit here. Maybe some more news will drop. But, yes, we've talked about where we think he's going to go. Why do we think this is happening? It's good stuff. Dom, are you telling me to get off? I don't know what you're saying here, bud. Thought we were boys. Just because I beat you in fantasy football and you're coming at me? How do we block people? I'm not blocking anybody. I think, look, unless you're criticizing, and it gets to a point where it's you're being disturbing in the comments, everyone has a good opinion, okay? That's why I love the chat. At times, it gets to my head too, right? You guys can be ruthless at times, but we all have an opinion. And whether we're right or wrong about it, I like seeing everyone's thoughts because it allows me to think it through. And I think we as people should read people's comments and be all right, why, where are they coming from? Why are they saying this? What's the reason behind that? Right? Why would they think this way? We all want the same. The thing is, too, we all want the same thing. We want to win a damn natty. We want to be successful again. Some of us just have different ways of getting there. Super Chat says, let's take a vote. Shelton for the face of Florida podcast and President Crew. Screw y'all if you disagree. Thanks, Dom. Should we create little flyers? Shelton for president. Excuse me. Jeremiah Neal says, Deion Sanders is coming, bruh. It feels that way, sir. It feels that way. It does. Yeah, Andrew, college football feels like a soap opera. It does anymore, man. I got a big booger now. It does. It feels like it is just all over the place. You know? It feels like, oh, you're right. Billy, the Sunbelt Samurai says, you should do a call-in show. It would be lit, especially post-game shows. Post-game shows, yeah, I did. So Cody, he has some great ideas. He did say that, and I didn't follow through with that. But yeah, I should have. That would have been honestly, I messed up. I should have done that because I think post-game call-in shows would be way more electric. Maybe we even do a call-in show later today. We'll see. I don't see why not. Maybe let me know down. I wish I could run I don't know if I can run a poll mid-stream of should we do a live call-in right now on your thoughts on Mertz? Let me know what you guys think. Should we do it? Just say yes or no. Should we do a live call-in now? I can make it happen right away. Doesn't take long. Got 400 people in the chat. Let's show some love. Let's drop a like, boys and girls. Crystal Ball has charisma and energy, and Billy's an electable guy, and he's a straight shooter, but we need some more energy. Yeah, I agree. I think, look, I think Billy's charisma, his posture, and his personality works if you're winning. But when we're losing, it works too, but we as fans don't like it because it's like we need some emotion here. We need to see that you got a pulse, right? Look, I said this from the beginning. That's why I love Will Muschamp. I loved the pizzazz. Like, I killed for that stuff. A lot of people didn't like it. I loved it. As long as you can get to people, I think a lot of yeses coming through. I love it. You guys are, yes, if you want craziness. I live for craziness. All right, fuck it. The show goes on, boys. Oh, my. Let's go, baby. All right, let me get the number pulled up. I love it. You guys are amazing. I got to figure out what my number is, and I'll put it up on the screen so you guys can call. Now my crap only donate? What the hell, Dominic? Lock it in, bro. Fix it. Refresh it. Again, thank you guys for the support and always donate, and I really do appreciate it. It means a lot. Robert Turner says you've been here since 10:40. I don't think I've been live since 10:40. All right, guys, I got the number. So, guys, keep in mind, it's gonna be probably gonna get hectic if you guys are, blowing it up. So, just keep in mind, I'll do my best to answer it, and you guys are gonna just kind of keep calling in because I'm not like a typical radio show where I have like a hold line and all that jazz. I might have to learn how to do StreamYard, and then you guys can kind of get in line. So we'll see. Jeez, Miami's pulling the number 2 and 3 offensive tackles. Unbelievable. We'll love to see. Look, I'm pumped for Najee. Of course, Brandon Curry. Yeah, I saw you sent me a message, so I just want to let you know because, I mean, we would talk about Cormani McLean, so. Ooh, Mazzell just brought me back.
Unknown call. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Is this Mike Lowry?
This is my Lowry.
Mike Lowry. What's up, Litterus?
Yo.
How?
So we're calling about Mertz, right?
What's that?
We're talking about Mertz, right?
Merch? I mean, like
Mertz.
like
Mertz.
like oh, Merckx, Graham Merckx. Oh, no, we're talking about anything, man. Whatever you want to talk about. Whatever you want to talk about.
I don't know, man. I was just thinking about it, man, because you were talking about him on the stream, and I was going to say, what the hell are we thinking?
You're not feeling it, huh?
No, man, not at all, man. If you look at his past 4 seasons, he has no progression at all. Like, he's sat at the same comp rate. His QBR is ass. Man, I woke up angry this morning when I saw that. And someone on Twitter put it perfectly. They said, hold on one second. They said, Graham Mertz to Florida feels like when you go to the grocery store having not eaten anything all day, and instead of coming back with a giant steak for yourself, you panic and get a hungry man frozen dinner.
That is absolutely that sums up the entire year. That's a perfect explanation of, again, your expectation of what you think you should be getting, and you say exactly. You panic and you just buy something, and you're pissed the whole time you're eating it. You're just like, what the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah, man.
That's
and like back on Mertz though, like his 2022 stats are almost identical to AR's minus the rushing, and it's scary. It's scary. Like I don't know if the plan was to have this man to start or just have like a healthy competition, but if I'm looking at these stats and I'm looking at my new guys, I'm throwing Rashada in there. I don't care, man.
Yeah, that's what we were saying. I was like, look, I think it could be more of a look. I need somebody to. We lost depth, right? With losing Kitna, we lost that extra guy. Anders, who was a walk-on, he left as well. Ingle's still there, but look, we're thin, and we only got one quarterback coming in now, obviously because we lost our other one with Stokes. So look, it could be just more of a depth thing. So it's not an exciting splash, right? But right now, the reason why I think it also sucks because it feels it's the only thing that's happening. Right, so that's what sucks. But look, if they're bought in on Rashada, he just got moved to a 5-star. Maybe he's that guy, right? But if I'm Graham Mertz, I mean, you were the guy, you were the starter at Wisconsin. I imagine he thinks he's going to be the guy at Florida, though. So that's I think where people are like freaking out because it's like, why would you leave unless he's who I can't think of the head coach for Wisconsin right now. He just switched from was it Fickle, right?
Oh. Fickle, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe he told Mertz, he's like, yeah, you're not that guy, pal. You're not that guy. So he realized it was time for him to go. And in the Big Ten, he had 10 interceptions with 19 touchdowns, 52 QBR in the Big Ten. I mean, that ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah, and they had a decent line too. So it's not like he was just kind of like thrown in there like Jack Miller was with our freshman starting lineman, but. Man, it just confuses me because, like, you look at some of the names in the portal, like Leary, he's going to Kentucky. Like, who goes to Kentucky? Like, I've been to both University of Florida and Kentucky, and I've seen the football facilities, and I've seen it all. Like, who goes to Kentucky knowing that they could go basically anywhere they want? And Florida being right there with basically an open job, like I don't get it. And the whole McCall thing, like,
yeah, the McCall thing apparently is a grade issue. So it's not necessarily an us issue; it's a transcript issue, from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, and they can't hire freaking someone to do his damn homework.
Yeah, for real. But look, Leary to Kentucky is not as crazy as you think. I know, like I hear what you're saying. But you're at a time where it's like, I want to go win. And right now, Kentucky, look, they had Will Levis was kind of that guy. He got hurt. But, I mean, they're kind of in a really good place right now. Unfortunately, I hate to say it, but they're in the right place. And it's like, we just need a guy to kind of plug in for a year and have some success. And Leary's that guy. And unfortunately, that's the kind of is what it is. You know what I mean? Billy, I don't feel like maybe probably did enough to make us look as appealing as he should have. And I get it. If I'm Leary, I understand it. And that's, look, it sucks. I hate saying it, but I got to be realistic. Like, it sounds crazy, but it makes sense.
Yeah, and as a fan, I try to like rationalize everything, and I'm more of a reality person. Like, I understand that we went to a bowl game and all that other stuff. You have to practice mixing in recruiting with high schoolers. You're going to mix in the transfer portal. You only have so much time you can do that. But, you know, when you're looking at Mertz as, like, I'm pretty sure I've read it as he's the number 19 transfer portal QB. It's brutal. Like, man, Billy Napier as a quarterback coach and a prior quarterback as well as O'Leary, like, they must have seen something, maybe like, oh, they just didn't tap into it because, like, I don't think they just flipped the coin and said, yeah, let's just get them, you know. We just need the body, because they could have done that with somebody else.
Sure.
But
well, yeah, Larry, I appreciate you calling me in, Bubba. I'm going to go and take some more calls. Love you, man.
Yeah, see you, man.
Call from
Alex. Transfer portal QB.
To accept, press 1.
I don't
to
know
send
who
a
this
voicemail, press 2.
I don't know who this is. I couldn't hear the name. Hello? Who is this? Oh, I lost him. Call back in. You dropped on me. I got Aiden said what time, so maybe we can see if we can get him to hop on here soon. I don't know. We'll see. We'll let you guys know. Go ahead and give me a call. I know you guys are calling. There we go. There's Sorley.
It's Sorley.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
I don't know why it's not. Sorley, you there? What is going on here?
Call from
Alex.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hello, who's this?
I don't know why it's not. Hello?
Hello, who's this?
What is going on here?
Can
Call
you
from
Alex.
Can you hear me?
Yo, Shelton?
Yo, what's up, man? Who's this?
Shelton?
Yeah, this is Shelton. What's up, man? Hey, can you turn me down behind you?
Yeah, man, I'm watching your live right now.
Hey, man, what's your name, buddy?
Dude, Alex.
Shelton? Yeah, what's up, man? Who's this?
Hey, Shelton.
Yeah, man.
This is Shelton. What's up? Hey, can you turn me down behind you?
All right, sure.
Can you hear me, buddy?
Yeah,
Hey, man, what's your name?
Alex.
Alex. Well, welcome to the show, my man. Are you a Gator fan, or who do you cheer for?
1,000%, baby.
Get the Gator fan? Okay. Well, welcome. Thank you for calling in, man. What's your thoughts on how we've been handling things so far?
Man, I think it's pretty messed up. We're losing recruits.
Yeah.
Well, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, buddy, can you turn me down behind you, because it's playing back through through the show. I hear us having our conversation.
My bad.
No, you're good, man.
Hey, DJ Roland, James Smith, and Clay Russo.
Do I think we're getting them?
Yeah.
Look, man, right now the crystal ball to Alabama, I would like for us to be able to pull some magical strings here, but unfortunately it feels like things have quieted down on those guys. Again, they commit here in about 20 minutes, so we'll see. But
hey, Shelton, I hate to break it to you, but they commit at 2.
It's now 2 o'clock. It keeps moving back. They keep sliding the clock back on me. Because it was, I had 12. It was 1. Now it's 2. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll be here. We'll be here whenever it happens. So, we'll be ready. We'll be ready to rock and roll whatever time they do decide to go.
DJ Roland, Desmond Rick.
Desmond Ricks, I've heard back and forth. It's 50-50 right now, in my opinion. I know it's still probably more of a lean to LSU, but I know at one point last night things looked good, and then things also looked good for Jordan Platt, the tight end. So I think right now it's a dog
Oh,
race.
yeah, he's Florida.
Yeah, he's going to the Aggies. So right now it's going to be a dog fight. I do know a few people are saying, like with Katie Turner, she tweeted. I know Trayon said that we are going to be pulling somebody. So I'm assuming it's either going to be Jordan Big Baby Hall or Desmond. I'll take either. So we'll see.
Hey, we got a new commit today.
Who, the Brian Green guy?
Yeah.
Yep, I saw that.
Why is he not on 247?
What's that?
Why is he not on 247 Sports as our commit?
He doesn't have a rating, I believe.
Hey, same with Gunnar Burt.
So we'll see what happens. But hey, Alec, I appreciate you giving us a call, man. It looks like we've actually dropped down in rankings, but I'm gonna go ahead and take a few more calls, man. I appreciate you watching and calling in, man. Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Later, bud. All right, man. Appreciate you guys calling in. I do need a better call-in software. Are you using Discord, Jake? No, I'm using Google Voice. So, how can I use the... Look, guys, I'm new to some of this shit. You know what I mean? I'm trying to figure this stuff out. We'll see. It looks like we have 19 4-stars now.
Unknown caller.
Hey, I'm Matthew.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Thank you for calling. This is Sheldon. How can I help you?
Hello, how are you?
Hey, who is this?
My name's Matthew.
Matthew?
Yep.
Matthew, how we doing? We a Gator fan or who we cheer for?
Huge Gator fan.
Huge Gator fan. How we feeling about today? How we feeling about where we're at, big guy?
I'm happy we got Andy Jean because I really thought he was going.
Yeah, it felt like
I thought he was FSU.
Yeah, there was a little bit of noise there that he may have been headed to FSU. So yes, that is huge for us. It looks like all we have left to sign is Jaden Rashada, DeJohn Johnson, Eugene Wilson, and Aaron Gates, who's left on the table to sign. Who would you like to sign for big names?
Yeah.
Desmond Ricks or Jordan Baby Hall?
I've always wanted Rick since we didn't get Cormani. I always wanted Rick.
Yeah, that would be nice to land Desmond at 5-star. So again, it looks like LSU is heavy on that one, but we'll see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's probably going to LSU.
More than likely. What's your thought?
We can't close.
That's what it feels like, man. That's how it feels like right now. It feels like we can't get it done when we need to get it done. Hopefully 2024 plays differently, especially with DJ Lagway. But right now it feels like we're taking a lot of L's to the face.
Yeah, too many.
All right, Matthew. Well, hey, I appreciate you calling in, Bubba. Okay, man. Thank you.
Yep, thank you. Big fan.
Yeah, man.
Call from
Frank.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Thank you for calling in to Hightop Sports. I'm Sheldon. Who is this?
This is Frank.
Frank, how we doing, Frank?
Yeah, we're good.
Frank, are we a Gator fan? Are we another fan? Who are we going for today?
We're a Gator fan as of right now.
As of right now, are you considering the portal?
Yes, sir. I might be in the fan transfer portal.
Is Ruiz throwing you a bag too? Is that what's happening? Where are your interests right now? Who's your top 5 schools for the fan portal as we speak?
I'm kind of leaning toward the Bayou Bengals right now.
The Bayou Bengals. BYU?
LSU.
Oh, LSU. Okay. Really? Why LSU out of all the schools? What's got you peaked about them?
I got a few friends that are tied to the school, and they've been trying to flip me from the Gators for about 20 years now.
Oh, really? Okay. And so you're kind of on your last straw here. What's got you fired up and looking at the portal?
Well, first of all, Sheldon, let me get a couple of things off my chest. And
Go
you
ahead.
have like 372 people in your chat, and I hope all of them are listening. First of all, I am so sick and tired of all these fans on Twitter complaining about the people complaining about the recruiting. Like, it's like, okay, we get it now, bro. Y'all can't stop these people from complaining, no matter how much y'all complain about them complaining. So just stop, bro. Like, it's really annoying on both sides. Second, we were crying, moaning and crying about NIL, right? But Sheldon, let me ask you a question. How many people before the NIL started was always complaining about, oh, we need to pay these kids. But now, all of a sudden that these kids are getting paid, but they're choosing the school that they're not getting the most money from, we're crying about that too. That's Florida's fault. They have to do something to increase the money for these kids to choose our school. So all the fans sitting back whining and complaining and crying about NIL, y'all the ones that wanted this in the first place. So why are y'all crying about something that y'all actually wanted? Like, it makes no sense to me, bro.
Sure.
And then a third thing, the fans that's on Twitter are always complaining about, oh, we're losing recruits because of the fans are complaining. Dude, these kids don't care what y'all say. They see what y'all say, but they really don't care what y'all are saying. And everybody always telling us, well, we're losing games because we're not letting them recruit. I don't see any fan out there that's playing in any of these games, so we're not the reason why the team is losing. I have watched this team for 20 years, bro. Like, I have been invested, going to games, buying different things, but it's just, I don't know what it is, man. Like, kids just don't choose Florida for some odd reason, bro. I don't know what it is. I don't even think the school knows what it is, why they're not choosing Florida. So I'm just really sick and tired of these fans complaining about people complaining. Like, bro, everybody just need to chill, bro.
It feels, yeah.
Just sit back and just chill, bro.
It feels like, it definitely feels like, everyone's just frustrated about everything, and it's just like one thing after the other. No, look, Frank, I appreciate it. The chat, they're going in. It's back and forth. I'm loving it, but I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you for your thoughts and opinion. I appreciate you supporting the show, man. I hope you don't leave the portal and go to LSU. Sure. We like to keep you around. You have a go, man.
Sure.
All right, Sorley, call in, Bubba. I'm ready for you, big guy.
Unknown caller.
Oh, Amber's calling in first. You lost.
And then
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Hey, thank you for calling into Hightop Sports. Who we got on the phone today?
it's Brandon Curry.
What's up, big guy? How are you, man?
I'm good. I'm enjoying the show. I'm glad you were able to tell me to get on the show.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I appreciate you hopping on. Hey, be careful what you say. The chat's gonna eat you alive, regardless of where you go, whether what you say here. But just be condescending. What you got on your mind right now, big guy?
Well, I was really hoping that we would land more. There's a quarterback with a little bit more, a quarterback that's a little bit more games under his belt. I think that would have been a big way to bring in some other receivers to go in with Pearsall. And I also think that's going to depend on whether he stays or not.
Sure. So you're not sold on Graham either.
No, I looked at his highlights. I think he throws obviously a better ball than Anthony does. We need someone that can hit definitely like a speed out. It's kind of depressing. You throw an 8-yard bomb, but you struggle to hit a lot of those just plays to get us, an extra 5 or 6 yards. But no, I'm not really sold on him, to be honest.
Okay. It looks like, I don't know if you've heard, but we've dropped from 11 to 13 today in the recruiting. So we're going the wrong way, unfortunately. And I don't think, look, everyone that we thought was going to sign is basically signed. I don't know. Again, Rashada hasn't signed yet, but I believe that's kind of counting towards us. But again, we don't have much in the portal that's helping us either. So we will see. But yeah, I agree. I think Pearsall is going to be a big one. But like I said, what's going to keep Pearsall intrigued to stay for his last year? even if Rashada does start, are you going to take your last season and put it into a true freshman's hand, your first year?
Well, I don't think he's going to, and I think that's why we need to land a quarterback that has a proven record for maybe one of these smaller schools that can come in and has already balled out because he's like, hey, I can light it up, and then obviously look good for the draft coming next year. But like I also think, when you look at our offensive line, we're going to be losing 2 offensive linemen as of I know for the draft. We haven't really added many, depth in that from a transfer portal standpoint. So I'm wondering if some of the quarterbacks are like, I don't know what they really have there besides the run game, and that's why we haven't landed some of these other big fish.
True. And look, I mean, Graham, he's got he's played 3 years. He just hasn't really been lights out. But he started. He's got reps under his belt. But even with 3 years, he hasn't looked, promising. That's where I think the frustration comes in. Again, in a conference like the Big Ten, we had Mike on earlier, where they had a good O-line, right? And he still really wasn't that successful. He had 10 interceptions, 19 touchdowns up, very low. I think it was like 58 QBRs we were looking at. So, yeah, all those things are very concerning and frustrating. I think, to me, it's more of a depth pool. Hopefully we can go out there and get a few more. I know there is still some guys out there that are left. Let me see here. Actually, I'm looking at the portal right now for quarterback of who is available. Brandon Armstrong from Virginia. I mean, hell, at this point, he's a senior, 6'2". They moved up to a 4-star. Spencer Sanders is still out there. I know that one was one that we were looking at. Again, Grayson McCall, looks like it's more of a transfer or a transcript issue, so there's no way on that one. Hudson Card, people were talking about him, but again, that to me isn't going to be the fix. The biggest fix, honestly, as I'm looking at it, at Brennan Armstrong, somebody who's got a lot of, how much more, is he better than Mertz? I'm sure people would accept that more. But Spencer Sanders, honestly, I wasn't sold on him. But now with what's left, hell, I'll take it. You know what I mean? And look, Sam Hartman, I think it was a pipe dream, but maybe that's something that Florida knows that we don't know. I'm hoping Billy has something up his sleeve, but at this point, I feel like Billy's run out of sleeves. So,
yeah, I think the Mertz situation is like, hey, I'm going to get an extra quarterback for depth, but I think he has another plan. I doubt, this is his end all in this guy type of thing. But I really hope, we can add some more depth, especially offensive line, defensive line, and then really get into maybe some tackling machines. I miss the days when we had Brandon Spikes and some of those, even like Venture Miller, someone that could just take over the game from a defense standpoint. We haven't been able to get too many of those guys. I know we missed on Perkins from LSU. He's tearing up.
So. Yeah, that one definitely stings. And looking back at it now, right? Yeah, that one's brutal.
But Sean, thanks a lot for doing what you do. Appreciate it. Looking forward to Wednesdays to get on the show. And have a good one.
Hey, thank you, man. I appreciate the love and support. Have a good one, bub.
Later.
All right, boys and girls. Hey, you guys in there kind of ragging on these guys. Look, everyone's a fan. Everyone has their own opinion. Let's take it easy. I see you guys in the chat, and I appreciate it. But let's not be. He has his thoughts. He has his opinions. We're gonna hear it. Lamont, I'll be on earlier. I'm trying to get you on here shortly. I'm trying to. Lamont, you said you'll be on here getting faded up. I love it. When does Rashada sign? He is, don't forget, he's California time. So that man committed to us to like 9 o'clock at midnight. Maybe he signs at midnight. I don't know. The fix was Sam Hartman, but dude won't hop in the portal. I don't know what's going on with that. I don't know. Maybe slowly get on here because I know he was kind of big about that. He had a lot of information on that. I did see somewhere where they say, look, they feel like Mertz is the system guy. I believe that. I felt like Miller could have been that guy, but it didn't show me that because we got absolutely clapped against, obviously, Oregon. And now part of that is the O-line probably was a little thin, but Richard was playing courage and he wasn't
Unknown
there.
caller.
Cole Embry.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Thank you for calling in Hightop Sports. Who we got on the phone?
This is Cole. How's it going?
Cole, what's going on, man? How are you? Gator fan?
Oh, big Gator fan, but I live in Utah, so
Okay.
I have to travel out there sometimes.
Okay, good stuff. So I'm assuming you're going to be going to the game next year, right?
Oh, of course. Came to the game this year. Utah's my second favorite team, but I still flew out to Gainesville. I'll be cheering for the Gators. You'll find me in orange and blue at Rice Eccles next year. So
I love it.
But yeah. So I just barely joined your guys' your live stream, so maybe somebody's already said it, and you guys are already all talking about the quarterback situation. But my thoughts are along the lines of like, what do you think? Like, is Grayson McCall even still an option, or do you think that he's gone? I don't know if he's signed anywhere. Do you think this kid that we just picked up is any good?
Yeah. So from what I've talked to a few guys, and I'm having one of them on later. But his McCall thing is a transfer thing. It's a great thing. It has nothing to do with us not wanting him, because there's obviously a lot of noise of us wanting him. Is it out of it completely? No. I think we could still get McCall and Mertz, but Mertz hasn't fully committed yet. If you go look at 247, it hasn't fully set in. I know like on 3, everyone hasn't projected to come to us, but I don't know if it's a full 100%. I could be wrong here. Obviously, things are moving very fast. But yeah, I think that's more McCall. The situation seems to be a great issue. So I don't know if he lands anywhere. That's also why he didn't go visit Auburn. Auburn's like, yeah, you don't cut it, kid. So.
Oh dang, that sucks.
Yeah. So he might end up just staying where he's at, or he'll go to a school that maybe not have the same standards. But we'll see. Colt, hey, TK Gator Nation says, tell Utah to give us your quarterback.
Yeah, Cam Rising is stud. We love him for his last year.
Yeah,
I would love that.
He's a beast. So,
But okay, and then the last question that I have for you, in genuine, and I freaking love Gator Nation, but then there's like the toxic side. Do you think that toxic side pushes players away?
I don't know, man. I think like we had the guy just called in, Frank, I think his name was. He was saying that players don't pay attention to it. I asked Trayon in a space the other day, do they pay attention to it? He's like, look, I get it. You guys are fans. We're supposed to be upset. So I think a true, if you're a true player, you understand that fans are they're fanatics, and you have to realize like, yeah, you're gonna have off the wall guys, and you're playing for them, but you're also playing for the coaches. If the coaches and everyone has your back, and you can win the fans over, that's part of it. And he says, look, we're all coming with a chip on our shoulder, not in a sense of like F you guys, but in a sense of like, we're going to prove to the fans that, yeah, we're going to make it different. I get you're pissed off. I understand you're frustrated. I want to come play for Gator Nation, and I want you guys to love us, because we know that when we are dialed in, we can be great. So I don't think it, I think, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was going to say, I see it the same way. I see it in a way like, oh, like those guys are going to come here and compete. Like, they want the competition. They're fine with the hate. But then I'm just curious on other opinions. But no, I like what you had to say there.
Yeah.
I don't have much. I'll give other people time. But, dude, I appreciate you taking the call.
Yo, I appreciate you calling in and showing the support, man. Really do. Thank you.
Of course.
All right, Bob.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Peyton Bowe, I'm just watching him flip from Notre Dame to Oregon. Good flip there. Am I behind on this? Yeah, every fan has toxic fans. Absolutely. I think the reason why, again, we see it, and Aiden said he can hop on later tonight, boys. So good stuff there.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Thank you for calling in to Hightop Sports. Who is it?
Hey, it's Noah. I'm in the chat. It's Duddles.
It's Noah, you said? What are you in the chat?
Yeah. Duddles.
Duddles. Oh, you're a member, man. I appreciate you. How you doing, Duds?
Yeah.
You were talking shit about me the other day. You were talking shit about on my Prime video. I saw it.
I was not. I was well, okay. I just said you were harvesting Coach Prime's perfume.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm just busting your shit. Yeah, bro. Gator fans are coming at me, bro. They're not holding any punches. Look, he's the hottest thing right now to talk about. It's fun to talk about it. So got to take advantage of it while it's there.
He's taking up the college football world.
He is. How we feeling, man? What's your thoughts on everything, big guy?
I'm still willing to give Billy time, but I am a little frustrated. Obviously missed out on Platt. He went to Texas A&M, and then you have Isaiah Nixon flipped to UCF. Missed out on McCall. I know it's a great situation, but like, is Mertz going to be the guy? Like, is Sanders still on the table, or are we going to throw a shot in day one? Like, what's going to happen?
Yeah. So I don't know, man. I think I'm hoping Sanders is on the table at this point. We'll see how it goes. I wouldn't mind if Rashada started. I mean, we kind of got to just full send it, but at the same time, that's going to set up a tough run for next year as well too. So we'll see how it plays.
You don't want to throw them to the wolves at the same time.
Yeah, right. It's a tough play and go. And it looks like, again, Oregon is on an absolute tear. They just flipped Dalen Austin from LSU to Oregon. And I kind of been ragging on Oregon saying they can't get it done, and it looks like that Phil Knight money is starting to flow through here. So,
right.
It's crazy to see, man. I don't know. We'll see how it all kind of plays out. But who are you hoping we kind of pull today? Is there any big names that you're kind of hoping we get?
I mean, I'm more looking forward to tomorrow with Jordan Hall, Desmond Ricks. I mean, it's unlikely, but there is smoke there, so we're not out of it, but at the same time, it's not likely. So I think tomorrow's going to be a bigger day for us than today.
Sure. I mean, look, I think getting the guys that we are supposed to get today, I mean, we're not appreciating like we should be. It would be nice to be kind of in the Oregon seat where it's like everything that's happening, we're able to take advantage of it, but obviously we're not quite there yet. So we'll see, man. I think it's going to be a long road as a Gator fan. We got to kind of just keep chugging along, and hopefully things play in our favor eventually. But right now it feels like we're just kind of taking the beatings as we can.
Yeah, it feels ridiculous to come after Billy after, he's not even been with the program for a full year yet. But I mean, I guess you look at Lincoln Riley and see what he did with the transfer portal last year. I think it's different with us. We aren't throwing money around as much, and I think you need to give Billy 2-3 more years before you can start calling for his head.
Yeah, I think the issue is because, again, you do have people like Lincoln Riley. I think that isn't it's a good comparison, not the greatest, only because I think Lincoln was successful at Oklahoma, which is a Power 5 school, goes to USC and brings some studs with him from Oklahoma. You know what I mean? Like Billy brought guys with him, but not the same caliber of guys. And the Pac-12 is not the same as the SEC. Facts. That schedule is not as ruthless. And Lincoln still choked when it mattered.
Right.
That's something people keep forgetting. That's kind of been Lincoln Riley's motto. Look, I'm a big fan of Lincoln. I think he does a great job, but he can't get it done in the big games. He plays in an easy conference, dominates that conference, but when he goes and plays against the big dogs in the prime time, he falls short. He's fallen short every single time. So,
and who beat those big dogs at the beginning of the year?
What's that?
I said, who beat those big dogs at the beginning of the year?
Who beat those big dogs? What do you mean?
Like who beat you? Because they lost to Utah twice now.
Oh yeah. Florida, exactly. Florida beat those dogs. Yeah, absolutely. So, and look, that was a big game.
We're Pac-12 champs by UCF.
Oh, by science. Science says that. Yeah, and we're better than USC and Lincoln Riley. Look, I think you're right. I think we have to give Billy time. I think because it's been just shit for so long. Not shit for so long, but it just feels like we've been going the wrong way for a while. That our patience has come to an end, and we're just like, something's got to happen here. We got to get this shit figured out because we're sick of seeing it, and that's the issue, and that's where unfortunately, like, Billy isn't making the big splashes like a Cristobal is in his year one, a Brian Kelly is in his year one. The problem is he's getting compared to other year one coaches that are making those splashes, and he's just not getting it done. And I think, look, UF has a standard. They have the Spurrier days and the Urban Meyer days where we feel we should be there. We've been on a steady decline for a while. That it's going to take a little bit to get back to those days, and I don't know if we have to play extra dirty or what. I don't know. You know what I mean? It's just that's I think where we're kind of stuck on, to be honest with you. But I think I agree with you. We do need time. Definitely need time, and that's why I try to stay positive. But I am frustrated. I can't say that I'm not frustrated, especially with how we manage the portal. The recruiting, I was like, whatever, it is what it is. You've got some guys throwing money at it. It's a new process. But the portal, I feel like we should be doing a better job. That's my thoughts.
Yeah. Well, you go back to those year one coaches. You look at Kirby, his first year at Georgia, he lost to Vanderbilt. And I know that's a different world. It's not an NIL world. But again, like it is hard when he's being compared to the other year one coaches, as you said. And he's not, as of right now, living up to that same standard.
What was Kirby's year one?
What year? I don't remember. I remember he lost to Vanderbilt, whatever year that was.
Yeah, but I think so. I want to double check, but I want to say so. He did lose. He may have lost, right? He's been there for 7 years.
Right.
His first year was 2016, so let's say 2017, right, was his first recruiting year, his bump class. I want to say he had a number 3 class.
A little bit different.
Yeah. So that's
and the other problem with that too is, the other problem with that too is now is we not only gone from 8th in the class to 13th in the last week, but you see guys like Tennessee, South Carolina, and Georgia moving up.
Yep.
So now not only are we 5th in the SEC overall, we're 4th in our own division.
So Kirby's second year, or his first draft class, he was 3rd, and then the year after that he was 1st. Now, here's the other part too. Look, NIL didn't exist then, right? Which is a factor. But so again, I've had Connor Clark on here. He goes, "Look, I would have been okay with a 6-6 season if we finished top 5, top 6, top 7 in recruiting, or we're active in the portal. Right now, it feels like we're just losing in every category, and that's where the patience is starting to run thin. It's like, what the are you doing? You know what I mean? So that's where the frustration is really starting to get fired up. So, but hey, man, I appreciate you. It's Duddles.
Subtle, yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate you being a member, man. I appreciate you calling in. Means a lot.
Yes, sir. Thanks for having me on.
Yeah, man. Thank you. Hey, boys and girls, drop a like. We're almost at 200 likes here. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. We've been going live for an hour and a half now. 2006, Kirby had a number 6 class. That was his first season, but after the first losing season, he finished in 3rd. So that's this class right now that I'm comparing it to. This is Billy's class, 2023. His first class after his first season, he finished in 3rd, behind Ohio State and Alabama. So that's big. Let's go back to this year right now, 2023, because Oregon is just making an absolute 3 5-stars. Golly, dude. They came out of absolutely nowhere. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Wow. Look, I expect this from Oregon. I've kind of criticized Oregon for a while now that how are they not done better? Because you got Phil Knight in your backyard. How are you not? We could talk about Ruiz. Like, you got Phil Knight. You've got everything you need in Oregon. I literally was having this conversation yesterday with my buddy who was talking about Pac-12 and USC. Is like, now if I'm Dion, I'm a little more nervous now. Like, Oregon has all the money in the world, They've got 69 jerseys for a 12-game season. Okay, they change unis every quarter. Like, they got everything they need. Got a call coming in.
To send a voicemail, press 2.
Thank you for calling in to Hightop Sports. Who do we got?
Cali Burbia, what is up? From the West Coast.
Callie from the West Coast. What's up, big guy? Are you a Gator fan? Are you coming in from like USC? What's up?
We are a Gator alum. We're talking like 3rd generation. We go way, way back.
Wow. Okay. All the way out in Cali. What took you from Florida to Cali? Was it business?
No. Well, we'll just say it was a girl, but it worked out. We're married. We've got kids. We've settled, so it's all good. But I took her to Florida and made her a Gator. So I'm a Gator. My wife's a Gator. My dad's a Gator. My sister's a Gator.
Wow.
We all went to Florida.
Okay. So I think you have the floor, sir. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, there are a couple of things going on. One, I have no clue. As somebody, I think probably the only one on this chat that has ever actually gone to a Stanford game and a Florida game, I don't know what the hell Platt is doing going to Texas A&M. That's an agricultural school. You don't go to an ag school if you're into like aerospace engineering. What in God's name is going on? Florida's a top 5 public school with a top 3 athletic program across the country, and you give the middle finger to Stanford and Florida and decide to go to A&M. Wow, bro, you're dumb. I don't know how you got into Stanford because you're kind of dumb doing that. No clue what's going on there. That's point number 1. This is a hot take. I'm sorry. I'm just going to keep going.
You might be the guest of the evening. Go ahead.
Problem number 2 with the University of Florida. It all goes back to quarterback. This is not a complicated sport, people. Florida, every good season Florida has ever had, it's quarterback driven. The last good quarterback we had was Kyle Trask. How'd we do? We had literally the worst defense that Florida has had in 30 years. I'm 42 years old. I've never seen a defense that poor, and we still were a minute and a half away from beating Alabama, winning the SEC championship, and actually playing in the college playoffs. The problem is you don't have a quarterback. Before Kyle Trask, it was who? It was Greer. But freaking McElwain comes in and runs that kid's off, and he goes and, knocks it out of the park to West Virginia. So anyone who's talking about, patience, whatever, with Florida, at this point, it's Rashada. He's the guy. So until he comes in, you can't put Mertz in there. Again, that dude's stats look like Philippe Frank's 2.0. For every touchdown that guy throws, he's throwing a half interception. The numbers don't lie. You cannot hide from the numbers, and he's just not going to be that guy. Until we get Rashada in there and he's comfortable, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm glad I got that off my chest. I appreciate you giving me the floor.
I'm glad that you got it off your chest. That was incredible. The chat's loving it too. They're fired up. I think we needed a little bit of spice there. I was like, this guy needs his own damn podcast. I should leave here. This is Cali show. This is the Cali show now. But look,
no, by the way, if you like and subscribe, I have a YouTube channel. You have, I think, literally double the amount of people listening to your podcast than I have subscribers. So kudos to you. No, but I was thinking about going to the Vegas Bowl since it was close, but God almighty, glad I didn't do that. What a shit show. It's Oregon State. God almighty. And that's not a talent gap. I'm sorry. Justin Shorter, 5-star, wasn't playing. That dude never did anything. Didn't do it at Penn State. Didn't do it at Florida. Just get the ball to Ricky and stop doing him on the stupid end around. It's just dumb. Get the ball to Ricky going over the middle. And Jack Miller, what in God's name are we doing? Oh my gosh. So the plan here is, just so I'm clear, the plan here is we're going to go to, whatever the hell it's called now. We're going to pull Jack Miller from Ohio State. We obviously know that didn't work out. So the next year, what are we going to do? We're going to go to Wisconsin for 2. Good Lord. Unless Max Brown is this phenom athlete that nobody knows about, nobody's talking about.
oh no, we're losing him.
My Cali Gator buddy out of Pittsburgh, we're just screwed.
Yeah, look, hopefully Max Brown can get it done and have some success. I agree with that too. There is a point too. So with the Will Grier, because when you said that, I was a Will Grier guy. I loved that kid. And obviously he got hit with steroids. Not really. It was a Flintstone vitamin. But yeah, that was hard to watch.
It wasn't steroid.
No, I know it wasn't that big of a deal.
That was the dumbest. Kid went and got some creatine or something. It's shut up.
Yeah.
Everyone's doing. Anyone that's been around D1 sports, I'm sorry to cut mom and dad. Sorry, your kids are probably juicing a little bit. Just saying.
Well, what was your name again? I didn't hear. It's Callie. Callie
Burbia is the screen name on your chat.
Okay, what is your actual name?
Elliot.
Elliot. Okay, Elliot. Hey, I got a super chat for you. It says $5 from Matt S. He says, I vote to have this guy on every week. He's awesome. They love you, man. You got a great personality. So look, hey, shout out to your YouTube channel if you got it. Just keep grinding. If people will find you, they'll love you because you got a lot to say, and I appreciate it.
I appreciate it too, man. Love watching your show. Doing a great job. Go Gators.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you. Go Gators, man. Thank you again. Will, this is awesome. Look, we got the ups and downs here, boys. This is a good time. Elliot was Will Grier broke my heart too, Duddles. That was brutal. But he had the flow. He just had all the swagger in the world. You know what I'm saying? And he went to West Virginia and absolutely balled out. I'm kind of disappointed he didn't have a more of a profound NFL career. Seems a little bit kind of not lazy, but doesn't have that dog fight in him. I mean, I feel like in college he was a grinder, but like didn't have the motivation to be like necessarily be the best. But we'll see. We got another Gator commit. We see here, Eugene Wilson. Whew, wiped the sweat off the brow on that one, boys. That's good. Good to know on that one. That one feels good. Wow, 4-star wide receiver Adam Hopkins has signed with Colorado. Previously committed to Auburn and held offers from Georgia, Florida State. Guys, this is going to be, it's going to be wild. I'm loving what's happening today. This has to be one of the most exciting signing days we've had in a very long time. Let me go ahead and refresh here. We're getting a call right now. I'm loving it.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Thank you for calling in to Hightop Sports. Who do we got?
So fly.
Say that again?
So fly.
So fly. What's so fly? Hit me with it. What's going on, big man? How you doing?
Man, I'm good. I'm good. Check this out, man. I just don't want us to get caught up in these stars and these recruiting wars. When McElwain, he would go out and find 3 stars that were under-recruited, and they would produce, man. Those guys would produce. So I don't want us to get caught up in these recruiting wars. I want Billy to be aggressive, but don't go all chips in and just forget about the under-recruited talent out there, because then we'll be getting these 4 or 5 stars that we think they come with the hype, but they get on the field and they don't produce. That has happened a lot recently, if we can recall. But I just wanted to state that, man. I just don't want us to get in these recruiting wars and lose money and other recruits that could have worked out.
Yeah, say so fly. I agree with you, man. I think that's a good point of, look, it's not flashy. It's not exciting. We don't end up in a certain point for rankings, but if you can take the talent, Kyle Trask was a 3-star, right? If you could take the talent and you can develop it and you win football games, nobody's going to care where you finished in the rankings. Now, the problem is that what people are going to combat that with is like, look, it's proven that 5 stars are successful. You need to have a few of them, right? So landing one today, you're right, probably won't make a difference. But it is important that we need to go get under-recruited guys because it is just a star. There is a lot of opinion behind it. Trayon was talking about in a Twitter space where Steve Wiltfong, I believe, they've constantly knocked him down week over week in recruiting simply because Trayon kind of gave him the cold shoulder. So, look, there is a little bit of bias in these rankings. It gives us a grade and a scale and a metric, and it's important. But, yes, there is a lot of under-recruited talent that it's not going to –
Last year there was a recruit on Twitter. I think his name was Nate. They called him Big Nate. The guy was like 6'6", 340 pounds, begging for some attention, man. Begging just for one of the staff members to check him out, look at him. But nobody called him. And now he had a productive career this past season. It's just like, man, we got to make sure that with a staff this big, we got to make sure we're really honing in where it counts also.
Sure, and look, I made that argument too, but like, and I 5 stars do matter for sure, and look, that's going to be a piece, and I think that's where we needed a few. We needed 1 or 2 for this class, but yes, there is more to it than just the star behind it. Because look, you can come in and you can flop. You feel like you're too comfortable. Look, to be fair, DeMarcus Bowman and Lorenzo were both 5-star running backs coming out. Lorenzo was a top 15 player when he came out, and injuries and other things kind of served him. And look, I love the guy to death, and he's going to Akron, the Zips, and I hope he has a kick-ass senior year, but a lot of things got in the way, and he was unable to really get the ball moving here. So, yes, sometimes things don't always go that way, but most of the time they do. But, yes, there's definitely both parts. Hey, so Fly, we've got Amar Snowden about to commit. I'm going to go ahead and watch that, but I appreciate you calling him in, and I appreciate your support. It means a lot, man. Thank you. Go Gators.
Yes, sir. Enjoy your day.
Thank you. You too, man. All right, boys, we got Amar Snowden. I believe Colorado is in this right now. He's between Wisconsin, West Virginia, Cincinnati, and Akron Zips. Obviously, I just told you guys that what's his name? I'm drawing a blank here, boys. Going 90 miles a minute. Forgot his name. Go show some Brian Green Jr. Just became a Gator. Go show him some love, boys and girls. Here we go, boys. Amari Snowden, where is he going to end up? Wisconsin. Wow. Colorado's taking a few L's, boys. Colorado, we thought was going to make some noise, in my opinion, is taking some L's today. So let's see. I mean, Deion talked a lot of talk, and it's not closing the deal right now. He's not closing them. They're not getting it done. They lose out on Malachi Nelson, or Coleman, excuse me. Now Amari Snowden, who they felt pretty comfortable with. We'll see what happens here. This is very interesting to see. We will see. Congrats to Emory Jones. He's going to Cincinnati. Congrats to him. We'll see here. I got to retweet this. This is gold. Wow. So apparently Peyton Bowen was debating the entire time before he picked Oregon over Notre Dame. He wasn't quite sure. Deion can't develop all hype. Colorado's just a flashy spot, poor competition. Yeah, look, and I've been preaching this too.
Unknown caller.
There is a lot of flash coming out of Colorado. And if he doesn't capitalize on the flash, then yes, Colorado may not be successful. So I was saying, hey, welcome, thank you for calling Hightop. What's going on, man? How are you? Who is this? Is this Ben?
Good, man. Hey, yeah, this Ben, yeah. So look.
Ben, how are you, man?
You know. Oh, I'm good. How about you?
Good, man. Good. Thank you for calling in. What can I do for you, boss? Who are you a fan of?
I'm fan of Florida, man. Florida. Yeah.
What's on your mind today, boss? How you feeling?
I don't know. So has Rashada committed? Like, is he signed?
He has not signed, no sir. You nervous still?
I heard. Nah, yeah, I am, yeah. And I heard Cormani had pushed his date back. So.
He hasn't even pushed a date. He just said he wasn't going to sign. So nothing's really been said on what he's doing. But yeah, he has not signed today. Correct. So it looks like Florida. They keep saying Florida, Bama, and now Colorado is in the mix. But honestly, I think Deion was hoping that some of the noise that happened today would help with pulling in Cormani. But it looks like Colorado's swinging and missing on a few. So we'll see what happens with them.
Yeah.
What's your thoughts on today on this class? How you feeling?
I feel good so far. Man.
Okay.
None too bad.
You think Florida fans are overreacting?
I hate the Isaiah Nixon though. Yeah, that too. Yeah. But I hate Isaiah Nixon.
You hate that he left?
Yeah, that hurts.
So look, people don't understand too. Sometimes there's a mutual decision, or sometimes these guys kind of get pushed up due to grades. I think from what I'm hearing from the people that I spoke to is that it was more of like, hey, like this isn't gonna work. It wasn't like Isaiah was like, screw you guys, and we were clawing for him. It was more of a like, hey, you probably should go somewhere else. This isn't gonna work out. I think John Walker was an L. I don't think Isaiah was an L.
Oh, I think you're saying that.
Yeah. So, well, hey, man, I appreciate you calling in, man. I appreciate it. If you're in the chat, say hey, and I appreciate the love and support. Thank you for calling in, boss.
All right, no problem, man.
Yeah, man,
Go
thank
Gators,
you.
Man.
Yes, sir, go Gators. All right, thank you, Ben, for the phone call there. I appreciate that, man. Look, you guys keep calling in. I'm sorry if I can't get to you. I will make sure that I get a better call-in system, but I think it's doing well so far. But over 400 in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today as we watch these commits come through. Q Rusal and James Smith, I feel like, is our last hope for today. We'll be committing here shortly in just about 30 minutes or so, so we'll keep an eye out for that. Hopefully things go the right direction. We got a lot going on at 2 p.m. Mateo, though, he was supposed to commit. He's already committed to Oregon, I believe. Micah Tease, who's crystal ball to Texas A&M. Amari Snowden, again, four-star cornerback, who was crystal ball to Wisconsin. Obviously, he did follow through with that. Now, him being crystal ball to Wisconsin maybe paving the way for
unknown caller.
Our boy Cormani.
Crew.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Thank you for calling in. Who do we got? Is this Crew?
Yes, sir. What up?
Crew, how are you doing, big guy? Who are we a fan of, and how are we feeling today?
We're doing good. I'm a Florida fan. So
just wanted to let you know, I haven't heard you talk about it, but apparently Taraja Mitchell and Cameron Johnson, 2 transfer portal defenders, are headed to the Ville. Finally hearing some noise. Edgar Thompson reported it. Taraja is the linebacker from Ohio State and the defensive tackle from Memphis, Cameron Jackson as well.
Okay, I did see, hold on, the Ohio State, I did hear some noise about the linebacker last night. I did see that last night, the linebacker. Where do you know, what's his name again?
Cameron Johnson, Memphis deep tackle.
That's right.
Obviously, and we already scooped.
Memphis, Tennessee. That's right. I did see that. I'm trying to see where he's ranked at right now. I don't know if it's been confirmed yet, though. Has it? Or is it just in the talks currently?
I think it's a classic case of Edgar Thompson on Twitter, but, I mean, if it's not true, then this guy's an idiot. But
okay, fair enough.
You know how that goes.
Fair enough. Yeah, I don't
know if I could, post a tweet anywhere. Just look at Edgar Thompson on Twitter, OS Gators.
Edgar Thompson, okay. Thomas or Thompson?
Thompson. The handle is OS Gators.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I got him. He's verified. I don't follow him, though. Okay. Let's see. Scrolling down. When did he tweet it out?
Just a few minutes ago. Unless he deleted it. 2 transfer defenders appear headed to Gainesville.
Ohio State linebacker, Jahada Mitchell, and Memphis defensive tackle Cameron Jackson.
Look at the comments.
Delete this. Dude, you suck. Oh, Lord. Delete. Oh, no. All right, well, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Honestly, dude, it's hard to get excited about anything right now because I feel like we just keep getting ripped from underneath us. So, what's your thoughts on Cormani? Where would you like to see him land?
Cormani, I honestly don't have any idea. I feel like the kid hasn't made up his mind. And I think I kind of have an unpopular opinion. It might be less about money than we think. I just think that he's trying to figure out where he wants to go. Which is if that's the case, I think UF might be in a good spot, but I don't know. It's tough to go head to head with Bama and now Colorado in the mix. It's kind of weird. It's a weird situation.
For sure, that's a good point.
I don't even know if the staff is in there.
Thinks it is money, but at some point, maybe it's just hey, I want to go. I'm getting paid wherever I go. Now it's okay, where do I actually want to go play and be impactful and have the best success. Apparently On3 just posted the linebacker transfer. So that looks like it should be good to go for us. So that's good news for Florida.
I mean, I don't know if On3 is the most reliable.
That is true.
But yeah.
You're right. They've burned us before. You're right. They have done us dirty. So that is to be fair. Like I said, until the paper is signed, because Mertz hasn't been officially signed yet either.
Yeah, very true.
Hey man, I appreciate you calling in though. What else you got? What else you got for me? You got something else?
Yes, sir. Yeah, tell Connor Griffiths I said what's good, baby.
Oh, is that your boy? Are you from Tampa?
No, I went to Florida with him. He was in my fraternity.
Okay, good.
I saw him on your couch during a UFC stream, and I was like, what the fuck?
Yes. Hey, good shit, man. I appreciate you calling in, boss.
Yes, sir. See ya.
Yeah, man.
Call from
Nod.
Keep getting.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
All right. Thank you for calling in. Oh, I lost him. All right, so it looks like David just tweeted at me. Thank you, David. Memphis defensive tackle Cameron Jackson is transferring to Florida. Good stuff there. And linebacker, which we need some love there, is transferring from Ohio State to Florida. So hopefully those things fall through. I'm glad to see that we're working on National Signing Day. I think that's important for us. Excited to see that. Feeling good. Connor, your boy just called in, Connor.
Unknown caller. From
Kenny.
Travis Hunter just tweeted, who wants an early Christmas present?
Press 2.
Looks like homeboy could be coming in early. Thank you for calling Hightop Sports. Who is it? Is this Nod?
It's Kenny.
Kenny. Okay, Nod was just calling. Kenny, how are we feeling today, man? And who are we cheering for?
I'm a Gator, man, all day.
Okay. Talk to me. How are we feeling about the Gators? I don't know if you heard, but we just landed a linebacker from Ohio State and a defensive tackle from Middle Tennessee. So we're doing some work in the portal, which is good to see.
Oh, man, you know what? I'm cool with it, man. You know, hey, Michael Wayne and all the other coaches, man, they started out okay and they ended up bad. I'm glad we're starting out slow and we'll pick up steam. I feel pretty good about it, man.
You know what, Kenny? I like that thought, man, because I had talking again yesterday. We've had a lot of coaches that started off hot and, like you said, fizzled out because it was almost like a flash in the pan. It was lightning. They didn't build a true foundation, and it came to fruition a few years later. So if this is what it takes to build a true foundation that lasts for a long time, then I'm okay with sucking. And I think that's what we have to understand is like, look, if somebody says, hey, in 2 years from now, you're going to be competing in the college football playoffs, but you're going to suck for the next year and a half, and it's going to be the worst it's ever been, we'd all be like, yeah, all right, bet, no problem, right? But right now, we can't see the future. We don't have a crystal ball. 247 doesn't give us a crystal ball that we're going to win the Natty in 2 years. So we got to just kind of suck it up and take it on the chin. But the problem is if in 2 years we're still not where we want to be, then we're going to come back to like we should have moved right? Like that's where everyone's kind of at. So you got to keep believing, though. I like that thought process for sure.
Yeah. Yes. And I just say I appreciate you live streaming this, man, because I didn't want to sit up and watch everybody else commit, nowhere else. I'm just glad you're doing this. I appreciate that, bro.
Yeah, man. No, I appreciate you guys coming out and hanging out with us. Got over 400 in the chat on a Wednesday afternoon. So it means a lot to me that you guys will come out and hang out with me. So appreciate you just as much as you guys appreciate me. So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. You have a good one, bro.
Hey, you too, Kenny. Thank you for calling in, man. I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
All right, boys. Appreciate the love, man. You guys are awesome. I'm having a great time doing this. I hope you guys are enjoying it. If you are, drop a like. It means a lot. Let's see if we can get to 7,500 subs today. I know we need a lot of love. Got
Unknown caller.
Got another call coming in. I'm loving it.
Nod.
Nod's been grinding to get
press
in.
1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Nod, my man. Thank you. You kept calling in. I appreciate your consistency. How we doing, boss?
All right, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. Sorry I kept missing you, but we got you on now. So how you feeling today? You a Gator fan?
Yeah, I'm a Gator fan, man. Die hard, man. I'm excited about Trayon Well, man. Duval County, Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, 100%. I'm from Duval. It goes to obviously Tristan Kennedy. We're right down the road, so I'm extremely excited to see, especially just his love for the Gators is going to be a good time. How you feeling about the transfer portal and obviously the new quarterback we got coming in?
I'm honestly excited about everything. I feel good about what we have now. I mean, anything extra actually would be, obviously great. But I feel great about everything. I'm glad we're getting all the wide receivers that I wanted, those guys, so they can go ahead and start coming in January. That's what I'm more excited about.
Yeah, that's
with the returning players. And I hope Pearsall just stays, and then I'm okay with it.
Yeah, look, our wide receiver core is looking pretty nice. We got Caleb Douglas, who I think is going to be great. We've got Arlos Boardingham, who we forget about, who's a nasty tight end that we got last year, with on top of Eugene Wilson, Andy Jean, and Mazzell. And if Ricky stays, boys, that is a nasty wide receiver class that we're kind of sleeping on for sure. So I agree with you. I'm super excited about that as well. And a lot of those guys, like you just said, are all early commits. I know Najee is going to be early enrolled. Aiden, I believe, is early enrolled, which is massive. Kamari Wilson was an early enrolled last year. We saw how that translated. That's all going to be huge. And I want to say Rashada is too. So it's basically like, yeah, sure, his freshman year, but you got a full offseason too that most college kids, are not going to have their first year coming in, but these guys were prepared and ready to rock. So those are some big points.
Exactly. I'm just excited, man. I just hope that the Ricks guy, I know I'll be pushing it on him, but that'll be a major plus.
Yes, that would be huge to be able to pull Desmond Ricks. I couldn't agree more. Look, it's been back and forth. It's very 50-50.
Right. Like I said, man, I'm okay with the receiving core and then the running. We already got the running back, so I'm not even worried. I think we're going to be all right. I'm just more worried about defense now.
Yeah, defense needs a little bit of love. But look, pulling the linebacker at Ohio State was a 4-star when he went out of high school. And now that defensive tackle, I like that. I like somebody coming in that has some experience. They'll be able to make an impact right away. And we got some Wingo, and Shamar, James. Those guys are all coming up and going to get better. So we just need to kind of play, pieces and parts to kind of plug that in, and guys that want to play for Billy. And I'm excited to see how that all plays out.
It's about our defense. Like, even at the skill position, the corners, like, just be nasty. Like, be aggravating. I miss the nastiness.
Yeah.
I hope we get those guys.
I agree. Well, hey, Nod, I appreciate you calling in, man. I appreciate you being consistent so I can get you on here, man. Thank you for the love and support, and go Gators, boss.
No problem. Thank you as well, man. You have a good day.
You too, boss. Oh, man, we got almost 430 in the chat. Let's get a like in there, boys. Rick's watch party, might have to tomorrow. Might have to get it done 2 o'clock. I didn't realize that tomorrow's going to be busy, so going to have to call boss. Hey, real quick, Tyler Spann, real quick. Sean should just walk on to be our Stetson Bennett. Buddy, they call me Brett Favre in the streets, all right? Buddy's got a slinger, all right? I'm not tall and I got tiny hands, but I can sling a football. So, Coach, let me know. I'll come on. I'll come throw a few around. Just don't tackle me. I'm fragile. Can't be taking hits like that. You know what I'm saying? No shot, no how. We got almost 2 hours live, boys. Make sure I'm charging batteries in case we lose it. Hey, chill with transfers, nothing official.
Unknown
I mean,
caller.
everyone's putting it out there. Yeah, hit the like button, boys. Got another call coming in.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Then you're calling in a Hightop Sports. So we got...
Yeah, my name's Ezra. How you doing, man?
Is it Ezra?
Ezra.
I think I've seen you in the chat. How you doing, Ezra?
Good. How you doing, man? Hey, yeah, man. I've been, just want to start off by saying, man, I love watching your show, man. Freaking, I watch it every week, man.
Awesome.
But yeah, man. One thing I want to say, man, is just, a lot of people are quick to say, oh, we got to fire Billy, this and that. I mean, he's already made some key changes to the program, man. Just from the living quarters to increasing the recruiting staff and stuff of that nature. Like, it's a process, and people just seeing, they want instant results right away.
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I think, and that's where I kind of come on here and chit-chat. Look, there is some things to be frustrated about for sure, but we hired Billy for a reason. We have to trust the process. Again, Billy's personality isn't a splashy personality. He's came out and said, I'm not going to get into bidding wars, and it's going to frustrate us as fans, but look, if it works out next year, all will be forgiven. So, unfortunately, the problem is we didn't see a lot of success on the field, and we were hoping we would see it off the field. But right now we're taking a lot of L's, and that's where the impatience is coming from and the spiciness is coming from.
No, I totally agree. And so I was born and raised in Lakeland, Florida. So Cormani, the Pouncey twins, all that stuff, right? And my brother's still down there. He's a substitute teacher, so he actually substitutes at Lakeland High School sometimes and stuff. And kind of on the whole Cormani thing, kind of what he was hearing, the buzz from the students on campus is that he wanted to keep take the deal from Mr. John Ruiz there down in Miami, but it's nothing's for certain. Now I know everybody's saying he might be leaning towards Bama, but that's just kind of what I've been hearing.
So where do you think he's leaning?
Man, I'm gonna be honest. I'm thinking unless we can throw out some big money at him, I think he's going to go to Bama. I think the Colorado is just trying to hype up the Dion train, but I don't think that's a serious consideration in my personal opinion. So ultimately, I think the kid wants to get develop super well. And while Dion is obviously Dion, his staff might not be proven yet, so that might not be the best move for his development.
Sure, I think, and again, that's a great point for the Dion thing. Is look, if Dion can get his name out there and be just kind of in the now, it's going to benefit him, and he knows that. So even if his name is on that of I was able to do this, it's going to be somewhat successful for them, especially in his first year. But if he lands him and Travis Hunter, they both commit. Better buckle up, boys. It's going to be insane. It's going to be wild.
Yeah. I think that'd be a monster, man. But yeah, man, that's all I really want to say, man. Appreciate you having me on, man. Hope you have a good weekend. This upcoming weekend.
Yeah, hey, Azira, Connor says, shout out for you being realistic about the process, man. So I appreciate you coming on and sharing your thoughts. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. Have a good one.
Yes, sir. We've got some love from South Africa. I apologize, man, if I butcher your name here, but it says Voya Nzunga, I believe. Hey, man, hashtag Coach Prime. I appreciate you coming in from South Africa. Incredible. We're all over the globe, boys and girls, and I love it. Real quick, you guys are asking a lot of questions about where we are with certain guys. Here we're going to hop over here to the viewing channel for 247 Sports so you guys can see what's going on here. As you can see, these are the three guys that have yet to sign. So Rashada, Dejan, and Aaron Gates, and I keep refreshing this. They have not physically signed the paper. Everybody else with a green check has signed. Okay? Oh, you can't see the checks. Hold on. Oh, yes, you can. Yes, you can. Right here. So all these guys have signed, obviously, ready to rock. These three have not signed. Okay? Caleb Banks has signed as well, which is good to see. But these three have not signed yet. Okay? Now, it maybe could be a little delayed, but they've been pretty quick about it today. 247's been dialed in on getting these things updated. So, and while we're here, oh, I nailed it. Awesome. Good stuff, man. All right. I've been practicing. I get a lot of flack when I say things incorrectly. So let's go ahead and update this. We're still 13th. Golly, we jumped to 12 for a quick second, but now we're back down to 13th. Whew. This is going to be rough, boys. This is going to be a rough one here if we can't pull one off. Miami with a top 3 class. I hate looking at that.
Unknown caller.
I really do.
Okay.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Is this Dante? How we doing?
Hey, pretty good. How are you, Sheldon?
I'm doing fantastic, man. Thank you for calling in. Talk to me. How you feeling?
I am feeling exactly like I felt on National Signing Day with Dan Mullen.
And how was that?
I'm not feeling much different.
Okay. So just a neutral,
No, it's depressing, you know. I think the hope is please fading. And I'm not in any way saying, you know, Billy Napier needs to be let go or anything like that. But I think the hope that when he was brought in that things were going to change. We kind of gave him a pass last year. You know, we're only having a little bit of time to pull a class together. But now having a full year, we have big. And it's reminiscent of National Signing Day with Dan Mullen.
And I think that's a good point. I think, again, that's where the frustration, too, is coming in. Because, again, we've got everyone calling in from all over, like, hey, we got to trust the process, etc. The reason for bringing Billy in was because recruiting. That was the big aspect. And it's like, well, we brought this guy in to do exactly what Dan wasn't doing, and we're getting the same results. And we felt
the exact same results.
Yeah. And Mullen was
Dan Mullen didn't want to recruit. He was doing a hell of a job pulling in, you know, 12th ranked classes because it took a lot of effort to pull in a 12th ranked class. And we just ran a guy out of town that was one of the best schemers in the game.
Yeah, that's where
that's same recruiting class.
Correct. That's where the frustration comes. Like we lost a great coach because, again, he wasn't recruiting well, and it's like now we felt like we've maybe downgraded in the coaching sphere of it. And for a guy who's supposed to recruit well, and it's like, yeah, it's not working. Now, look, I think the culture is going to be better, and I think that's where we can't see. We can't see that right now. The culture. Go ahead.
100%. The culture's going to get better. 100%. I think a lot of the problems we saw with another 6 and 7 season this year was we were playing with the exact same players with the exact same culture. And I think it reared its ugly head in the last 3 games of the year.
Now, so we might be sitting in the same spot from a rating wise, but I know our blue chip ratio and our average player ratio is much greater than it was with Mullen.
You say that now though, but we still have at least five more spots that we have to fill this class up with. And 90% of the top 24/7 prospects are already committed.
Sure.
So we're now going outside the top 24/7. So that's going to lower our rank.
Sure. No,
our average ranking.
That's a great point. The spots that we have to fill left, yes, because it's crazy. You're right. Almost 90% of the top class is already rocked and ready to go, or certain of where they're going. So yes, those are solid points. That average number will probably come down a little bit. But I think again, like we were talking about, the culture is something that you don't see it now, and I think we'll start to see it as we kind of go into next year. So we'll see, man.
Yeah, no, I think with the players that we got, other than was it Isaiah Nixon with UCF, I think these players have been locked in and they want to be Gators, and I think that's going to go a long way with the culture.
Yeah, that's something too. These guys have really been bought in on Twitter and just the culture and really wanting to play together. Trayon says he's really excited to see certain players, and the guys that are coming in are super hungry, which excites me. It feels like the energy is good. So we'll see. You're getting some love too from the chat. They're saying this guy's smart. Keep him on. So that's always good to hear when you sound like you know what you're talking about. So they appreciate it. And, hey, man, I appreciate you calling in too and sharing your thoughts.
Yes, sir, man. Thank you for what you do. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you, guys. Go Gators.
Have a good one.
You too, bub.
Go Gators.
Alrighty. I might have to take a quick second here and pee, guys. I've been pounding down some liquid here. And we'll see. We got just a few minutes here before we got Rusall committing. $2 from man. Dominic says Ohio State linebacker DeHydra Mitchell commits to Florida. Yes, sir. Good stuff on that one. Thank you for letting us know. I appreciate you guys being here. Over 400 in the chat. I'm interested to see what's going to happen with Mitchell and Travis Hunter today. If they do anything, obviously 4-star wide receiver Adam Hopkins is committed to Colorado. Let's see what that's doing for Colorado now. Florida State's still sitting at 17. Let's see here. Colorado has now moved into the top 50. They are now ranked 48th. I've got them finishing top 30. That's been my prediction the whole time. They don't need a lot to get there. They really don't. They got the score of 195
Unknown
now.
caller.
We got 352 calling in.
Okay.
Looks like we've got a...
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Thank you for calling on Hightop Sports. Who is that? How can I help? Yo. Oh, and we lost him. We lost him. Brittany Ivory says, if you're a real dog on the field, you go to Georgia. It just makes sense. Back-to-back champs, more than likely. Let's see if we can get to 300 likes, boys. Let's get there. Show some love. Show some love. Guys, I got to take a quick second. I got to go pee. Straight up. Like, I can't hold it anymore. Just can't. Give me. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Right back.
Unknown caller.
All right. Woo! I had to pee. I had to go, boys. Sorry. All right. Thank goodness. All righty. Got a call just like that, and we're back, boys.
In Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. Call.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Oh, did I mess it up again? Hello?
Hello.
Oh, I didn't mess it up.
How you doing, bro?
Hey, buddy, how are you? Who is this?
Hey, man, I'm frustrated right now.
Okay.
Because I was looking at something that I just seen that really pissed me off, and I didn't understand what was going on.
Okay,
I
talk
just
to me.
found out the Gators are getting that Wisconsin quarterback,
Yes, sir.
and I don't understand it because I think it's a bad fit, and I don't understand why we didn't go harder at McCall.
Okay.
Like, when I look at that Wisconsin quarterback, I feel like it's a disaster waiting to happen. Like, it feels like we just getting sloppy seconds compared to the type of quarterback that we need until Jada and Lagway and them start doing their thing. What was you feeling? What was your first impression on getting that Wisconsin quarterback?
So, yeah, we've been talking about it. Yeah, we've been talking about it this morning a little bit. So the McCall situation is a great issue. That's why we're not getting him. The Wisconsin situation to me feels like if it ends like this, I think I'll be a little salty because I think more so it's just a depth situation. But yeah, you're right. It doesn't feel like it's a big splash. It doesn't feel like we're going at it enough. I'm hoping it's a piece to the puzzle and not the answer. So I think I could.
Because he had a lot of interceptions.
Yeah, he was 15. He was 19 touchdowns and 10 interceptions. So I think once the portal is officially closed, then I'll have a more of an opinion about it. But right now, I feel like, look, it's still too soon, and that we're still building the pieces up. There's still quarterbacks out there that we can go out there and get that I would be happy with. But right now, I'm gonna wait and see, because look, if it's just a piece, then
because if we get him, would we even go after anybody else since we got Rashada and all them coming? Are we even? And we still got
100%.
I can't think of his name right now.
We still have we have Max Brown, and we still have Jack Miller.
Yeah, Jack Miller. That's the one I was thinking of. Like Jack Miller, I wasn't really impressed. The way we got beat up by Oregon State was embarrassing.
Sure.
When I say embarrassing, I feel like if that Wisconsin quarterback turns out to be our starter for 1 year, it's going to be embarrassing again. I know our receivers coming in, the young receivers that we got coming in, they look good. And I think they're going to definitely move the ball. But I'm really worried about the quarterback play again if Wisconsin's quarterback is the quarterback we end up with.
So, like, think about it like this, right? So we had in our quarterback class this past year, we had AR, right? Kitna, Max Brown,
right?
Jack Miller, and Engel, and Jack Anders. Now, two of those guys are walk-on, but that's a lot of quarterbacks, okay? We anticipated on losing Anthony, and we had at one point Marcus Stokes and Rashada coming in on top of Engel still being there, Max Brown still being there, and Kitna. That's a lot of quarterbacks coming in, but we wanted the depth. We lose Stokes, we lose Kitna, we lose AR, and we lose Jack. So we've got to fill that up. We got to fill that void at some point, and I think that's where Mertz is part of filling that hole up a little bit, because we only got one quarterback coming in now, right? So I would hope and I would expect to get one more quarterback out of the portal. I think we have to. So that's why I'm not fully panicking just yet. I think Mertz
so
lost.
You just waiting to see how this day play out?
It's not gonna be today, I don't think, with the portal week, because the portal doesn't close till January. So some of these kids that are in the portal, they've got a bowl game to play. The portals are gonna be a longer play. Unfortunately, it feels like the window is closing. But I think Mertz realized he wasn't going to play at Wisconsin, and he may just wanted to find a home. I would be crazy to think that he thinks he's going to get the starting job, but it could him just be coming to get an SEC education and play at a big school and be able to kind of coast out for the year. I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think Fickle's.
I just hope this wasn't Billy's. I hope Billy wasn't thinking, "Oh my goodness, if I put him in our system, he'll be great." Because I really don't think if he comes into the SEC and get into the Gator system and Billy's offense, that he's just going to work wonders where he didn't in the Big Ten. I just don't see it. I just see him getting intercepted like crazy and causing us to be behind the sticks 24/7.
Sure, and look, I hear you, and I think that's where everybody's concern and frustration is. I was a big believer in Jack because I was hoping, hey, look, it'll be a guy that goes and fits into Billy's system. Well, we saw what happened against the Oregon game. And look, everyone's like, hey, we were thin. Well, we're still going to be thin next year at this point in time. So that's
true.
That was a little insight to how we're going to look. To me, it looked like Jack Miller kind of lacked pocket awareness. That was pissing me off. He lacked confidence. Now, again, it was his first game. But I even stated, I was like, look, out of all the games, this is a great first game to start in because there should be no pressure. It's a bowl game that nobody really cares about. We just wanted to see some fucking life. We didn't really care if you blew Oregon out of the water, but 3 points. So I felt like if you're going to come in and start,
what we expected to see is fight.
Yes.
And I didn't see. It's like AR-15 wasn't there no more, and then all of a sudden, what are we gonna do? We looked at like we didn't belong in the SEC.
Sure.
And that was sad.
Yeah, and I think that's where
that was really, really sad.
That's where it kind of scared me a little bit of like, look, I was preaching for Billy and like, look, all he needs is this guy because I felt like Anthony was athletic and Anthony had all these abilities that Billy. It was just a bad relationship because you've got Billy trying to come in and get his stuff established, and you've got Anthony trying to become Anthony and make his own name, and you've got two things combating one another. And Billy was trying to be respectful, in my opinion, to Anthony and showcase him as much as possible. And then so that to me was a problem. So I was like, look, Kitna, I felt like was going to be a solidified answer. Obviously, that's not going to work anymore. And then I was like, look, if Jack can come in and be that presence, then great. But he lacks presence a lot. But Max Brown is Billy's guy too. We keep forgetting about Max Brown, 3-star guy. Don't forget Kitna was a 3-star guy as well too. He's had a year to be behind all those guys. Maybe he comes out and balls out. He's a little tiny. Was I think part of why his stars was only a 3-star, not a 4-star. But I've heard a lot of good things about Max Brown. And again, that was Billy's guy. Billy went out and got him for a reason. So I think the Mertz thing is more of just a depth and than the answer. But we'll know more once everything closes, and I'll have more of an opinion on it.
Yeah, Lord, I hope. Because AR should have came back one more year. Anybody can tell he's talented, but we know one more year he could have possibly been up for a Heisman.
So I
don't understand how he didn't even see that.
I hear you, and I agree with you. But I also, the part where I disagree is because, look, you come back for a year, and if he's not fitting into Billy's system and the relationship isn't there, and he has any type of digression from the past year, then he's going to lose out on his potential draft stock. Right now, he's going in on a what if, and he's probably going to get drafted higher because of the what if. And so now you get paid $20 million to go sit behind somebody and be developed in a NFL background. Sure, you don't have the accolades like a Heisman, but Baker Mayfield's a Heisman winner. Johnny Manziel's a Heisman winner. Heismans at some point really don't mean much. So I get why he left.
Yeah, I mean, he's one of when I look at AR-15, he's like a mixture between Cam Newton and Tim Tebow. So my nickname for him when he was playing, when he said he didn't want to be called AR-15 no more because of the gun reference, my nickname for him was Cambo.
I like that.
Like Rambo.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah,
I wanted to tell him he should market it.
Well, I think, he kind of wanted his own name too. But yeah, I like that. I think we all felt that was going to happen, especially because, again, he wore the number 15. But obviously things didn't fall that way. But yeah, I like that. It's a good nickname. I mean, I appreciate you calling in, boss. We're going to take some more phone calls, but I appreciate the support. Thank you, sir.
All right, man. You have a great day.
You too,
Happy
boss.
holidays.
Yes, sir. Merry Christmas. Go Gators. All right, Veronica Alvarez keeps calling, and I keep missing that number. Real quick, Not Sure Dexter says, was Max Brown on the team this year? If so, why didn't Max Brown play? If I had to guess, he probably was
caller.
redshirted, and they didn't want to waste that.
Raheem Howard.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Thank you for calling the Hightop Sports. What we got?
Hey, my name is Ryan Howard. What's going on, man?
Ryan, how we doing, man? We Gator fan. How we feeling about today? How we feeling?
So far so good. I'm really a little bit nervous for tomorrow because I really want to get Desmond Rick in, but and we're supposed to be looking out for what Jordan Hall, is that today or tomorrow?
Say that again. You broke up a little bit. I couldn't understand you.
So I'm sorry. Was we supposed to be getting Jordan Hall also?
So Jordan Hall we're still in the mix. I know, again, Trayon and Katie Turner, they both talked about us getting somebody. I think, in my opinion, it's either going to be Desmond or Jordan. Jordan has been training for Georgia, but honestly, right now, it's going to be up in the air up until tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. And how do you feel about the quarterback we got? Like, is that like set in stone, or is we still going after Grayson? Like, is that how you feel about that?
Yeah, we were just talking about it, man. I think I got to wait for the class to end, and I think Grayson McCall is going to be. I don't think he's going to fit because of grades, is what we keep hearing. But yeah, we'll see. I think we got to wait till the portal closes to me to have a full opinion on that.
Okay. And because I was looking and I see that everybody's talking about Mertz and everything. I feel like with him, I'm gonna look over the interception and everything. But I feel like with him, he can fit right in our system. With the players we got coming in now, with running back we got coming in, the receiver. Only thing I'm worried about really is the offensive line, but I feel like he's gonna fit great with our system, with our scheme.
Yeah,
so,
I think that's what everybody. Some people are seeing that. I think the concern is because he had a great line at Wisconsin, didn't really succeed very well. I thought Jack was going to be a great system quarterback for Billy. Didn't seem to do well. Both of them seem to lack pocket presence, which is going to be important. But maybe Billy can come in and help him with a year of development. Right. We'll have to wait and see. But look, again, it's going to have to just tell. But hey, man, I got to go. I got Rusal and Smith about to commit, so I'm going to make sure we catch that reaction if we can. Okay, man, I appreciate you calling in, boss. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Yes, sir. All right, boys and girls, let's wait a second to take any more phone calls while I took the number down. I want to see what happens. I'm trying to find out what's going on. Make sure you guys like, subscribe, turn the bell on, boys. Crunchy Bean, what's going on, man? It's 2 o'clock. I'm here. I'm ready to rock. I'm looking for the commitment now. If you guys know where it's at, let me know. Trying to find it here currently. I don't see it. I'm on 247. I got 247 pulled up here in case it does happen. I'm looking at... Trying to figure this out here, boys. Got to be happening soon. If you guys find it, let me know down in the chats. Honestly, I would prefer Auburn at this point. All right, boys, let's go. Let's see what's going on here. I'm waiting. I am nothing's happening yet. So we'll see. I got 247 pulled up. Maybe I'll go to on 3. Maybe they've got something going on. We'll see. I don't see anything yet. If you guys see it, let me know. ESPN 2, they are live now. All right, bet. I can't, for some reason, ESPN will block it, so you guys won't be able to see it, but I'll have the audio playing for you guys. Give me 2 seconds here, boys. I'm moving and grooving here. Hustling and bustling, boys. Hustling and bustling. ESPN 2. There we go. Damn, they already got Alabama hats on. That was quick.
I chose the school because I have a great relationship with the coaches, and it felt like home to me.
There it is, folks.
Just go be great and win.
They are going to Alabama.
Guys, why was it so important for you guys?
I mean, it was almost
play
certain.
Together and go to the same school?
They were a package deal all along. We talked about that time and time again.
Come from the same background. and we just do everything together. And we came in together.
Yeah.
That is huge, bro. My
Guys, congratulations.
goodness. How is
on
247
that.
not
Thanks for
covering
sharing
this?
it with us.
Unbelievable.
Nick Saban in Alabama getting a couple of pretty good football players. We appreciate and
That is
congratulations
going to
you.
skyrocket.
Well,
Alabama
five-star
that is
prospect
going
to
to
the top.
just
We've said that
explode
before.
them
Not
through the
like
roof
that,
here,
though.
boys. I mean,
With two players,
golly.
same school.
Let's go ahead and go to the
Going to the
calculator for
same
those
school.
guys
Pretty
really
good.
quick and talk about that
last
because
18 years for us, without question. And then you look at this Alabama class, and it's kind of the usual.
I'm going to keep
suspects,
ESPN
right?
pulled
And
up
the
now
offensive line
underneath here.
addressed across.
That way, if something else goes to them, we'll be able to follow that. But goodness gracious, great balls of fire. You know what I'm saying? I wonder if Caleb Downs is added to their 247. I'm going to go ahead and pull this up so you guys can see what I'm looking at here. Wow, they don't even have. Let's see here. Okay, Caleb Downs is in there. Hold on, let me go ahead and show you my screen so you guys can see it. So now we're going to add Q Rusall to this mix here. God, that hurts. I really wanted him. James Smith. There they go. 326. And let's play around with this. Cormani McLean here really quick here. 329. And I think that's all that's left that I had going to them. Let's see who else is available. I know there's tight end, Deuce Robinson. It looks like he's obviously going to at USC, but I know at one point that Bama had their eyes on him as well. Okay, so that right there, with Cormani, is going to put them at 329, which is just 4 points behind the highest recruiting class of all time. Without Cormani, they're 326, so that's going to be a big pool there. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5-stars. I want to throw up. I want to absolutely throw up. My goodness gracious. Oh yeah, Bama has ran away with it. They're at 326. The overall ratings is going
Unknown
to
caller.
be at. Got a phone call coming in.
Kind of loopy.
Kind of loopy.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
Kind of loopy. What's going on, man? Talk to me.
Yo, bro, if Billy may be called Billy Ballsack, but he may have a sack with no balls, man. This has been an embarrassing closing.
What an entrance!
It's just like if you, yeah, bro. It like he's brought in to recruit. You literally go in. He enters in and talks about how he needs to bring in top talent around the Florida area, and then you can just pull up 24/7 composite. Dude hasn't landed a top 20 player in the state. Like, how are you going to expect to turn a program around if you can't recruit elite talent? And he's not an X's and O's coach. We've seen that so far. So I just don't even know anymore, man. It's been crazy.
Yeah, look, I think that's where kind of Florida, the Florida fans are out right now. We're in the darkness. I keep saying it hurts. it hurts. It's frustrating. And yeah, I don't know, man. It feels like we're kind of the laughing stock right now of college football, unfortunately. And look, hopefully we can turn things around. But yeah, for us not to be able to pull these guys when, like you said, he's preached it. It is a little frustrating. To be fair, the class is still a healthy class. Again, just not where we wanted it to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just think it dumps the time frame way off to where everyone's kind of expecting it. But, still a Gator, still go Gators, and just calling in to vent a little therapy session.
Yeah, look,
So
I think
that's all for me.
Yeah, I think sometimes we got to have that just to get it off our chest and figure it out. But look, we all bleed orange and blue. We're not entering the portal. We got to stay true to the boys, no matter what happens, and ride or die with it. But it's gonna be a whirlwind of emotions. But eventually, things will hopefully come back around, and all this will be worth it. But until then, we just hang out and we cry about it with each other.
All right, man. Yeah,
All right, appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Bye.
Oh, boys. 326 for Alabama, which would put them almost 20 points ahead of Georgia. Like, it's not even a discussion for those guys. I mean, Saban's hot. Saban's pissed. Real talk, real bear says bump class was a fail. Add another year to rebuilding.
Unknown caller.
Lamar.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
4-game losing streak. That's true. Thank you for calling a Hightop Sports. How are you feeling?
Man, look. Oh, boy. Billy getting his cheeks slapped on this recruiting trail, man. What's going on with Billy, man? Like, at first, this man put his nuts on the table. Now he done took them off. Everybody done put bigger nuts on the table. It's crazy, man. Like I knew Alabama was going. I already knew what they're gonna do because they do this every single year. But to have Miami doing it and Texas, man, listen, Billy needs to go and start writing those big boy checks. I don't care if it bleeds the NIL or whatever, but they need to go and get some big checks in there because you're not going to see a result if you keep letting all the top talent go everywhere else outside the state of Florida, outside the University of Florida.
So you're thinking we should start looking outside of Florida more? Is that what you're saying?
No. I think Billy needs to start writing bigger checks to keep these players going to the University of Florida. Like I mean, I get Miami has that freeway Ricky money and everything. They got that dope boy money and everything because they in Miami. Miami does what they do, but I'm just saying, man, like Billy better call up a couple of those dudes from Louisiana and start getting the money moving, man.
To be fair, look, the money part of it, but unfortunately, Billy has came out and said he's not going to get into a bidding war. But from the talks from the collective and the things we've been seeing on message boards, it feels like it's more than just a Billy situation. It's a booster situation. It's an entire organization issue that I think what might be happening is that Florida's money line might be a little bit of old school and not willing to throw money at these unproven kids yet, which obviously seems to be the new motto. And I think that could be part of it as well. And maybe, again, you can put Billy as saying, like, hey, you're not selling those guys enough. I don't know.
So, see, on that part, that's kind of weird. Like, it's hard to say that, too, because, I mean, if you scout them, you should be able to know and project what they're going to do at the next level because I've heard instances where they said Billy does these scouting reports on these recruits and stuff. So Billy should have no problem with saying, hey, I know this player's this. We need to have him. And
sure.
I mean, that's pretty much all I want to say. And, man, I know that it's going to be a while before we're going to get back up and everything, but we just got to keep, grinding every day.
No, absolutely. And we got to keep just day by day. Look, I think Billy made some moves at the second signing day last year, and then hopefully we can make some more noise in the portal. But we will see. But I appreciate you calling in, dude. Thank you as always for the support.
All right.
Yes, sir. Have a good one, man. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, can we get to 300 likes? You think we can get there by the end of the day? That'd be one hell of a day. I would love every minute of it. Trying to get to 7,500 subs by the end of the day. We need a few more to get there. So if you're brand new here and you like what you're seeing, I appreciate the support. It means a lot to us. Thank you so much. Oh, boys. Golly, man. Oregon's having themselves a day. Bama's having themselves a day. Quit being so pessimistic. That's my job. I love it. UF isn't going to throw money around. So much for a bump class. Georgia and Alabama further the distance. You guys are frustrated. Man, that Rousseau and Smith. Golly, bro.
Unknown caller.
UF short. Oh, boys.
To accept, press 1. To send
Here
a voicemail,
we
press 2.
go. Uh-oh. The man that we've all been waiting for. They've been wanting to hear you call in. UF Shorts, hashtag Fire Billy Napier. Your time is now, buddy. Make it count.
How you doing?
What's up, big guy? How are you, man? What's your name?
Well, my real name is Blake. I'm freezing my butt off here in Mississippi. I just want to call in and just say that I think the writing's been on the wall since we hired him, but I just don't think Napier's going to work out.
Really? Okay. What? Why? What's up? What's your?
And
What's,
I know people got their issues and stuff with me saying that. It's just one thing that I was thinking is like Billy, he can't close. I was just thinking about that, and then I really thought about I don't think Billy can handle success because if you look at it, when he came in immediately, we got Kamari Wilson, that 5-star or whatever. But then the late signing day, he couldn't close out on Trevante Citizen and Harold Perkins. And then earlier, big Utah game, then laid an egg against Kentucky and South Florida. And then we get Jaden Rashada, and we beat South Carolina, then lay an egg against Vanderbilt. So I just don't know if Billy can really handle success, and I think this is why we should hire a proven coach instead of just trying to let someone learn on the job, especially at a job like Florida.
Okay. I mean, look, those are some good points of so you're saying handle success because every time he had a sense of things were going in the right direction, it felt like he may have been a little overwhelmed and couldn't handle the air up there.
Yes, sir, absolutely.
I mean, they're
So I just think that I know that. I mean, I think there's definitely potential there, but this is why I think you have to wait on someone. Let them go figure it out, not at Florida, but like at some mid-level Power 5 school or whatever, like some mid-crappy Big Ten team. Because with that experience, like let's say, what's his face, Josh Heupel at Tennessee, he went to UCF and he continued what Scott Frost did at UCF. Then it took him at Tennessee because he already had that experience. He was able to build a program, and obviously you know where Tennessee is at now.
So look, I don't disagree with that comment. I think Tennessee. I think we need a couple more years. I believe this year, in my opinion, was lightning in a bottle. So that I wouldn't necessarily.
Yes, that's not the. Yes.
Go ahead.
Not the best example, but.
No, I hear you. I hear you. Look, I think, and he's doing great in recruiting too this year. So look, I'm not hating on Josh, but I think I understand where you're coming from. I totally get it. So hey, I appreciate you calling in. I know you take a lot of flack on the chat with sharing your opinion. So it takes balls to come in and put your opinion out there and take the heat. So thanks for calling in, man.
It's all right. Thank you. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, boss. Have a good one and stay warm. Hey, there you guys go. You wanted to hear from UF Shorts. He called in, so much credit. I see you guys giving him shit, but at least he has the kahunas to call in and give his opinion on it. So, guys, it's been a hell of a day. We're almost at 3.5 hours live. So, what a day. We've had almost 400 people kind of heavy in the chat, which is kind of cool to see. Been really cool. You guys are a good time as always. I appreciate the love and support. Looks like we're going to be back tomorrow. Hopefully we'll have some better news tomorrow. Hopefully we can pull through here. I'm going to check Twitter here before we kind of sign off and, get ready for tonight's show. If you're new here and you're like, man, I'm liking what I'm seeing, I'm loving the energy. We have a live show tonight. I'm going to work on getting Aiden Mazzell on. He said he could come on tonight. I'm probably going to have Dave Soderquist on as well. He said that he would come on. So tonight's going to be a banging-ass show. Hopefully, if everything goes well. So I'm excited for that. We'll see, though. We'll see. We're going to have a great show we're going to talk about today. We're going to go break things down a little bit more and go over all of it and see how we're sitting. Maybe some more things will happen, but I know that Billy and co are going to have a lot of work to do. 2023 defensive lineman 3-star has committed to Kentucky. Big moves there for Kentucky. At 100 subscribers, I'm announcing my commitment. Travis Hunter just said that for YouTube. Hey, if we can go get this man to stay where the hell he's going, boys, if that doesn't tell you he's not going to stay in Colorado, I don't know what does. He already knows where he's going. He hasn't visited the other places, so unless they threw the massive bag, he just took advantage of it. 30,000 subs is going to take a minute, though. So either he's trolling on that or he realizes the power that he has. Look, this is what I'm telling you guys. He's taking advantage of the opportunity. I came on the video the other day. He's taking advantage of it. ESD, let's get it. What's up, Mitch? Are you inviting Eddie? Fred K? Eddie has been invited multiple times to be on the show. He has not responded to me. But Gator Jin, who also works with the Gator Collective, is supposed to be coming on this week to talk about things. Eddie hasn't responded to me. I would love to have him on, but I haven't heard anything. What's up with these new squares on Twitter? Can somebody explain that to me? We got a transfer. Who else did we get? Is it the same people we've been talking about from OSU? Oh, yeah, we've been talking about that, Damien. I wish that we could vote fans in. Okay. Let's see where Travis Hunter is at YouTube on YouTube now. I'm gonna retweet that real quick. Hold on and say same. Hold on, guys. And make sure you guys go follow us on Twitter if you're not already on Hightop Sports. Ba 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 ba. Boys and girls. Not gonna work. Well, I mean, I knew the Russo thing was going to happen, but it doesn't make it any easier to swallow, you know? Hey, I do appreciate you guys calling in, though, today. I think today was a phenomenal day, a phenomenal show. You guys let me know what you think. It's fraud. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Let me know down in the comments in the chat. What was your thoughts on this? This was our first kind of, big live stream that we've done ever. I've had a great time, but you guys let me know what you guys think about just kind of the whole atmosphere. We'll probably need to get a little better on the call-in situation so we can kind of keep you guys on hold. I think we would have a little more success, so that's something that I will do my homework on and get better. Yeah, Fred K, we could have a huge day tomorrow. So we'll see. We'll see. Hey, can we get to 300 likes before I go, though? 300 likes before we go. Guys, also, too, if you're brand new here, Jacob, I love you, man. Thank you.
Unknown caller.
Got a phone call. Love it. Let's go. Let's get to 300 likes before we go, though. Hello?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
StreamYard. I think so, Chris. I think when I go live for these things, I'll have to do StreamYard if I'm going to make a phone call. Thank you for calling it Hightop Sports. How we doing? Who is it?
Hey, this is Caleb.
Hey, Caleb. Why are you sounding so down, man? What's going on? Talk to me, bud.
Oh, man. Bit of a rough day over here, but, not going to lie. I think fans got to relax a little bit. Have a little bit of faith. Look at how that 24 class is looking. Our average player rating this year has been pretty good. Didn't have as many numbers as we'd like, but the rating's pretty good.
Rating is pretty good. Okay, so you're already on to 2024, which obviously the 2024 class will start February, which we'll be all over that and ready to rock and roll. I'm almost ready for 2023 to come to a close so we can get the ball moving for 2024.
Yeah, that's how I'm feeling as well. And again, Billy, he's a process guy. He gets plans done. Things didn't work out as well as we'd like this time around, but the way I see it is he's going to assess how things went wrong this time. 2024 is already off to a rip-roaring start, and I think it'll just get better because Billy's getting better. You got to remember, he was Sun Belt before, all right? He was in the Sun Belt. He's changing his process. We're in the SEC now, so I'm feeling good. So I like where we're headed.
You're still bought into Ballsack Billy then. You're saying put the pedal to the metal, stay loving.
Listen, Ballsack Billy, he's in the spaceship with you. We're going to the moon, okay?
Okay.
We're all in the spaceship.
I'm
ready to go.
I love it. Look, I think that's where we're at, and I love the energy, Caleb. I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you.
All right, man. Have a fun one.
Yes, sir. Be good, man. Merry Christmas. Hey, Sorley, I know you tried calling in like 19 times. Please call in because you're an absolute hoot. And let's go. All right, boys. 2 likes away from 300. This isn't Sorley.
Cody.
Is Cody?
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Is this the Cody? Like Cody? Like Cody?
The man, the myth, the legend.
What up, big guy? How we doing? Cody, hey, guys, just so you know, Cody is he's our Sherlock Holmes / investigator / troller / I mean, we wear a bunch of hats for the Hightop Sports family.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And you don't sleep.
Listen, for everybody that's mad at Napier right now, I don't sleep. Well, I just woke up, and I thought maybe because I was running on like 3 hours last night that the Graham Mertz thing didn't happen, but I woke up and it did, and that's terrible. But whatever. Listen, for everybody that's mad about this class, you need to go blame your Gator Collective. 5,000 people are in the Gator Collective at $20. They got $1.2 million sitting there somewhere. We can't get a 5-star? And you need to go blame the boosters. It's not Billy. Billy had all these kids, all this top talent on these visits, and you say, oh, he couldn't close the deal. It has nothing to do with them liking the university. And if you think that things are going to just magically change, it's not going to happen. You see what I'm saying?
Yo, no, I was letting you go. Yeah, no, I hear you. I think, look, that's where the call for Strickland's head starting to kind of rear up a little bit, because it's like, all right, like we've had 6 coaches. At what point is it not the coaches anymore? It's a deeper issue that you can't see on the surface. These guys that hang out in the offices, they don't have to speak to the people because they kind of just hide behind the curtain. But in reality, they're the one controlling more than what we can see. And I think, we the people, we start to see the writing on the wall is like, what the hell's going on? You know what I mean? So, look, I think that's a solid point.
And then
go ahead.
When we miss recruits, where's all this money that we're missing for? Where's all the money going?
Where's for what?
Like, we should have enough money just in the collective. We should have enough money if you do the math at just $20 donations, which I know there's people out there that donate way more money.
Sure.
Collective, not getting.
You're just giving a rough average. Did we lose him? We lost him. Hunter's already gained 1,000 subs. Thank you for the update, Matthew Korn. I love that. I wonder if we gained any either. I wonder if we're gonna try to take advantage of that. All right, so guys, I've got some sources here that are talking to me really quick here. Let me go about this really quick. And this is something that I've had this conversation with Jen from the collective before, where somebody who has been part of the official. Let me do something here really quick because I think this is going to be something kind of big. Somebody who went through the official process, the OV process with Florida, okay, stated to me, who went through their process, that no money was ever discussed. And when they went to other schools for official visits, the NIL was a part of their pitch, but it was not a part of Florida's pitch. Why that is, I don't know. Now, could it vary from player to player? Possibly. But this is coming in from somebody who went through an official visit, okay? They went through the process. They saw it all. Money was never discussed. And again, I kind of talked about that where it feels like, look, Billy's selling a culture. He's selling a future. He's selling the pretty pictures and all this like pizzazz. When it's these kids really just care about, it's like, how am I going to get paid in this bad boy? And so is that something that Billy has to adjust? Or again, is it because what Cody was saying, that because of the boosters, they don't have it, so Billy has to be creative in his recruiting style? I don't know. Try to call in, Chris, if you can, please. I would love to get you in there.
Unknown caller.
We got him. Thank goodness.
Surely.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Chris, sorry, hey, you pissed me, eh?
I've been pissing all night, mate. How about yourself?
45, eh? What's up, big guy? About time. We've been trying to get this ball rolling. I keep missing you, but we're here now. How we doing?
Bro, what a fucking day, huh?
What a day. And by the way, real quick, Travis Hunter's up 4,000 subs since tweeting that out 30 minutes ago. Maybe we can have the same success.
Bro.
I hope so, man. I mean, you deserve it. You deserve all the credit, man. I hope you and Holly really crush the show tonight. I'm looking forward to it.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you, bud.
Right. I'm going to pivot off Cody, right? So kind of taking your eyes off the 23 class, right, and focusing on the transfer portal, right? First of all, people are pissed off at Billy, right, because day one, look at last year, dude came in, one of his first statements in his opening press conference says, hey, NIL's going to be a slam dunk here at Florida, guaranteed. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, he rode that. He rode that, right? So he's the face of, like, hey, we're going to pay the players. Then you have Bob Redmond and then Eddie and then Jen kind of running that shit show over there. You got Hugh Hadcock with the Gator Guard. Like, to your point earlier, all of this shit is, like, they need a project manager, right? Like, one of my first classes at UF, like, you learn about strategy and you learn about plan.
Too many
Some
chefs
people
in the
think they're
kitchen.
the same thing, but they're not. Yeah, bro, like, they're leading people down a road that they can't walk down. Like, they're trusting, like, they're Ray Charles. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're in the dark. They're holding everybody's hand, and, you know, we're just being told go left, right, up, down. But, like, Billy's taking all the flack because, like, he's the head coach, you know? And I
He's
think
the
you
face.
mentioned this. Like, he needs to pull a saving. Like, he needs to have a press conference. First of all, that's the second reason people are pissed off. We just fucking showed up in Vegas, went to the brothels, showed up at the game, didn't do anything, and then flew back to Gainesville like everything's good. And then no press, right? Like, that kind of, I think, pissed a lot of people off as well. But going back to the NIL and transfer portal, man, it's like there's no, like, what's the plan and what's your strategy here? Okay, you picked up Caleb Banks, then you pick up this dude out of Wisconsin that, I mean, 56, 57 completion percentage is like, bro, like, what are you doing? Like, it's just math chaos everywhere. And I've been trying to get a hold of Eddie myself because if they designate buckets for, like, hey, Chris, Shelton, like, I want to donate to football. Like, I love our baseball team. I love our basketball team, softball. But, like, I want to donate my money each month to football and football only because I care about the sport more than any other one. So it's not saying I don't care about other sports. I see guys in here in the chat like, hey, man, so to support all Gator sport. Like, I do. But, like, I care about football. That's where I spend my money at every year. You know, like 7, 8K. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you were at the Vegas game. Yeah, you're all over the place.
So they're
no way I lost him. We were having a great conversation. There's no way I lost him. I'm calling him back. What is it, me? Is it I'm losing these guys? Sorry, call me back. Call me back, Sorley. I don't know what happened, bud. Boys, we broke 300 likes. Incredible. You guys are amazing, as usual. We got the subscribers rolling and cruising and bruising. We're moving, boys. We're headed to the Holy Lands. Excuse me. Hopefully he calls back here. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, look, I think I was going to speak to that where he just said, like, hey, I want to, you know, call her decommitted. I want to, you know, donate to Todd. I want to donate to just football. And I think that's where the NIL is kind of frustrated because I know the collective wants to support everybody. But like I said, and what he was saying is that, like, most of the people donating are wanting to see how it works on the football end. And it's not to knock on the other sports, but everybody knows where the money goes and what brings in the money. It's fact. Like, I'm not. Again, I've spoke to these players from the other. Call me back, Chris. I don't know what happened with these other sports, but look, I think Sorley's onto something. Now, unfortunately, if you do that and you put all your money, and go, hey, if you want to donate this much or this much, then, you know, the other sports may not get anything at all, and it's important they still get money. So, again, I think what he was also stating too is there's too many chefs in the kitchen, which is what I was stating. We need to break that down a little bit. Yes, Cole Breeze, Rousseau, and Smith, they committed, and it was not to the orange and blue. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why you guys are getting booted. I think, Cody, we were having a good time. I don't know what's going on. Maybe my minutes are up. I didn't get any rollover minutes. Yeah, so is a good old boy, for sure. Yeah, no offense. I don't give a fuck about non-Florida football, and like that's what they got to understand. Like where the money's coming from, bro. They just want to see the football team do well. Fact of the matter is, so again, I'm hoping to have Jen on in the next Thursday or Friday. She's gonna hopefully talk about some things. So I've heard donations can be earmarked for a certain sport, and look, maybe we'll ask her for that. You know, like how's that process breaking down? Again, the collective is more of the fan base. The Gator Guard is supposed to be the boosters. They're supposed to be getting together and joining forces and getting more of a cohesive unit going. Again, we rank in the top 5 for NILs based on On3. Where that's coming from, I'm not sure. The 4 that are ahead of us seem to have all just private donators. It's Tennessee, Texas A&M, Miami, and I can't think of who the other one was. But it's all just private money, not an actual collective. Florida was kind of the first to, have a collective, but we'll see. We will see. Hope you guys enjoyed the show today. I've had a great time. I apologize for the ones that got kicked off. I was loving it. But we will be live later on tonight, boys and girls, at 8:35. If anything happens from now to then that is major, the porn bots are insane today. If anything happens between now and 8:35, I promise you we will be here. We will go live. We'll be ready to rock and roll. I am game planning from ready to go today. That's why I'm here. We've been live for 3 hours. I'm going to get some food, going to take a break, relax a little bit, catch up on my, food and peas and bathroom breaks, maybe get a shower, freshen up a little bit. But the phone calls have been great. You guys have been phenomenal. I hope you guys enjoyed the show as much as I did. Again, like, subscribe, turn the bell on. Come hang out with us today at 8:35. Aiden Mazzell should be there. David Stoderquist is going to be there. Jacob, it's not bedtime. Lock and load here, bud, okay? It's signing week, okay? We got to stay locked in. We got to stay focused. I love you guys as always. Appreciate it. Hightop, love it, show, and keep it up. To the moon, boys. Like, subscribe, baby. Let's go.
Pass me the mic and I'll show you with action. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money show. I've got these things that I can't let go. Watch me turn this life into something that you can never own. I feel this pain, you already know. Turn that to gains, let my money